into the day with the dawn ringing in my ears. Oh, well, I tune into my TV show. No better way, I gotta get myself into gear. Let's go. Oh, and I feel good today with my wake up in the morning espresso. I feel good today. It's my feel good breakfast show.
Good morning.
I said it first. I was like, good morning.
You are quick. You've been beating me a lot lately, actually. Come on, man.
A little bit competitive lately.
Yeah, that's good, man. It's that close to the end of the week that we can be a little bit competitive. The finish line is right there. We've got all the energy that we need. It's been a better week, thank the Lord, this week. So we've got to appreciate what we have, and we appreciate that you are here with us this morning. Very good morning. My name is Graham Richards.
My name is Jamie Dombeck, and yes, like G said, we are at the finish line of the week. But this morning, we are exploring all things homeware. I mean, from tech gadgets for indoor plants to the best smart home devices. Of course, Grant Hines is here to show us all of those things.
Like a smart plant, like plant that waters itself.
That will be amazing. Then I'll get a plant.
In the morning that says, I talk to my plants. I'd like a plant that just says, hey.
Do you sing to your plants?
No, that would kill them. That would just be the worst thing for my poor plants. Then we're going to add a little bit of colour to our households as well. Clem Pedro, chef extraordinaire, is going to give us the best flower arrangement hacks.
And I always listen to Chef Clem because he always has like this cool little tips when it comes to hacks. I remember last year he was teaching us how to freeze things. So now the flower thing.
He's got an eye for it. He really does have an eye for it, but these crazy things come to him in dreams, you know that. That's where his inspiration comes. So we're going to plug into the mind of a genius this morning. One of Jane Ann Wilson, one of the most beloved members of our team here, discovered this morning the spirit animal of one of our colleagues. I'm going to say very good morning to the Art Wolf.
That is who I am. I will not deny what I am. And I actually want you to Google what an art wolf looks like because you'll understand. It is like a pygmy hyena, but it's fine. I'm here for you. So can I tell you that it's a beautiful morning. As you know, we're wrapping things up for the week, but I do have a question for you, and it's actually quite an aspirational question. You know, did you have a dream as a child, and has that come true? For instance, if I think about my own childhood, I used to watch TV, and then Graham Richards used to be on TV, and I always said, one day I'm going to work with that guy, and it's come true. It's the best thing ever, and I mean, it's great. Graham now 50 years old, looking good, and it's great that I can work with him on a daily basis. So, I mean, this is just cheers to you. The dream has come true, but I want to know what was yours. So, as a kid, talk to me about what that dream was, and if it hasn't come true yet, it's okay. You still got time. There's no real time in anything. Society only pushes you, so you go for it. But share on the Expresso Facebook page as we get into some news. Jamie Lee standing by.
Starting with your national news first, the masterminds behind the violent uprisings last week in parts of KwaZulu-Natal and Gauteng could face terrorism charges. The National Prosecuting Authority yesterday told Parliament that it would not hesitate to prosecute those who instigate the looting of shopping malls and destruction of infrastructure under the terrorism law. Now, Justice Minister Ronald Lamola said the act was one of the critical pieces of legislation designed for the protection of the country's constitutional democracy. And then former CEO of Frere Hospital and medical director at Netcare, 51-year-old Dr. Rodine Wagner, has been appointed Superintendent General of the Eastern Cape Health Department. Now, Wagner's appointment is aimed at improving service delivery at the province's 741 clinics and 90 hospitals. The medical doctor and seasoned administrator will head the ailing department as from the 1st of August. Now, Wagner qualified as a doctor at UCT and holds a master's degree in public health from the University of Fort Hare and an MPhil in public health from UWC. Then looking to news further abroad, the authorities in northwest Nigeria have freed 100 women and children, mainly mothers nursing infants who were seized by bandits. Now, the group were abducted on the 8th of June in Zamfara State. 4 people were killed during the incident. The Zamfara State government said they were released without any ransom being paid, but gave no further details. The group will now be medically checked and debriefed before returning home. A spate of kidnappings has taken place in the region during recent months. And then staying with the international news as well, the Human Rights Office of the United Nations describes revelations regarding the widespread use of surveillance software to spy on individuals from heads of state to journalists as extremely alarming. The scandal was confirmed by Amnesty International, pointing to the possibility that several world leaders may have had their phones hacked using the NSO group's Pegasus spyware. Now, the latest data leak uncovered by the Pegasus project revealed the mobile phone numbers of some 14 heads of state, including South Africa's President Cyril Ramaphosa, France's Emmanuel Macron, and Pakistan's Imran Khan. And then next, an inspiring story concerning a rescued aardwolf, also known as Kolwestie. Well, in November last year, we shared the beautiful story of how the Johannesburg Wildlife Veterinary Hospital had rescued a rare orphaned aardwolf cub, which weighed just over a kilogram after she'd been spotted by a border collie on a Northwest Province farm. Now, a team from the hospital collected her, and Maple, as she was named, soon started to thrive, gaining weight and eating a varied diet that she would eat in the wild. Now, by December, she was doing enrichment tasks that mimicked how her life would be back in nature. That's where she's right now, living her life to the full thanks to a second chance. Now, the hospital shared Maple's inspiring story with the dodo, whose videos are viewed by millions of animal lovers worldwide. The dodo is using Maple's story to raise funds for this amazing wildlife veterinary hospital where indigenous animals are treated free of charge. Well, on that positive note, that is where I leave your news headlines. Here is G with the first look at the sports.
Well, after that positive note, let's get into our sporting headlines. Let's start with rugby action from yesterday. Currie Cup action continued yesterday with big wins for the Cheetahs and Griquas. So tries by Duncan Saal, David Brits, Rowan Pienaar and Cohen Jasper securing a 38-21 victory for the Cheetahs over Western Province in Bloemfontein. This was the men from Bloem's second win in the campaign. In the other fixture, Griquas wing Edwin Keiter scored 4 tries to guide his team to a 41-30 win over the Lions in Johannesburg. 6 teams will be in action in the Currie Cup this weekend when the competition continues. And staying with rugby news, as expected, Alan Wynne-Jones will captain the British and Irish Lions in the first test against the Springboks at Cape Town Stadium on Saturday. Head coach Warren Gatland named his team to face South Africa and included 3 Scottish players for the first time in 24 years. SA-born star Duan van der Merwe will be making his Lions test debut on the wing. The 3-match test series will be played in Cape Town at 6 p.m. on 3 consecutive Saturdays, and that's from the 24th up until the 7th of August. Then on to Olympics news. A brace by Stina Blackstenius and a goal by substitute Lena Hurtig, securing a stunning 3-0 win for Sweden over world champions, the United States, at the women's football tournament at the Tokyo Olympics. So USA had been unbeaten for 30 months before their shock loss to Sweden. Now the women's footballing results from the Olympic Games. Netherlands scored an impressive 10 goals to thrash Zambia 10-3. Brazil beat China 5-0. Hosts Japan and Canada drew 1 apiece, and Australia beat neighbours New Zealand 2-1, while Great Britain, they claimed a 2-0 win over Chile. Then on to basketball news. The Milwaukee Bucks recorded a 105-98 victory over the Phoenix Suns to win their first ever NBA title, well, first in 50 years at least. The Greek freak Giannis Antetokounmpo scored 50 points along with 14 rebounds and 5 blocks to guide his team to the win in front of 17,000 spectators, and this really did justify the 26-year-old being named as the regular season MVP, the NBA Finals MVP, and he of course also won the NBA award for Defensive Player of the Year, all certainly warranted for a young superstar. Well, that's where we leave our sporting headlines for this hour. Let's see what the weather has in store today.
Let's take a look at the weather, and the South African Weather Service says more snow and heavy rain can be expected today, and Gauteng is in for freezing weather as the cold front moves from the Western Cape to central parts of the country. 4 warnings have been issued, a yellow level 3 for snow leading to possible loss of livestock and crops over the high-lying areas of the Western and Eastern Cape, the southern interior of the Northern Cape and the southern Free State area. A yellow level 2 warning for disruptive rain along the coast and adjacent interior between Plettenberg Bay and the Fish River, resulting in localized flooding has also been issued. Moreover, 2 yellow level 2 warnings were issued for damaging winds expected along the south coast spreading to the east, as well as huge waves between 5 and 7 meters in height between Saldanha and Plettenberg Bay. Now, while we enjoy covering certain parts of South Africa, we do love our international viewers like you if you are tuning in on YouTube as well as the Africa channel in the US of A. This morning, we'd love to find out a bit more about our world, and we're going to find out a bit more about the Fish River Canyon located in Namibia. Now, it is the largest canyon in Africa, as well as the second most visited tourist attraction in Namibia. It features a gigantic ravine, in total about 160 kilometers long, up to 27 kilometers wide, and in places almost 550 meters deep. The Fish River Canyon hiking trail is one of the more popular hiking trails in southern Africa. The immense scale of rugged terrain has drawn many visitors from all over the world to experience what hiking or trail running the canyon can offer. If any of our viewers are lucky enough to be in this beautiful region, please do send us any pictures you might have. We'd love to see it. We would also love to see some of your views. So today, if you're on the area, expect sunny conditions reaching a mild maximum of 19 degrees Celsius. We move on to a favorite part of the show, as you know, where we get a chance to showcase your beautiful sunrise photos taken around the country. And starting us off this morning, Abigail Peterson from Worcester, who captured these beautiful tones of blue, pink and orange spread across the sky as the day begins. In George, Gregory Noble took this great shot, looking towards the mountains in the distance as the day begins. And what a stunning view to start your day off. Thanks a lot for sharing, Gregory. If you've taken any of those beautiful sunrise photos, please share it with us. We'd love to see where you're from and give you a little update on the weather in your location. We always enjoy our international viewers as well, and I would love for you to share your part of the world. In fact, this week we travel to the UK, so if you are from that area, please send it our way to the Expresso Facebook page as we get on to some of the temperatures from across the country. So Polokwane, I always start with you. 0 to 17 is your temperatures. Bombela 6 to 28, Pretoria 0 to 14, Johannesburg 0 to 10. Mahikeng, you start very cold, -2, but you go up to 14, luckily. Klerksdorp -4 today to a high of 12. Kimberley -4 as well for you. 10 is your maximum, a minimum of -3 in Bloemfontein, and that goes up to 8. Richards Bay 9 to 18 with a 25% chance of rain. Pietermaritzburg 0 to 18. Durban, you can expect 10 this morning, jumping up to 20 later. Mthatha 2 to 12. East London 7, 11. 25% chance of precipitation. Cradock -2, and that goes up to 5. Gqeberha 8 to 12 for you, a 74% chance of rain. George, a 68% chance of precipitation, 5 to 10. Cape Town 6 to 13. Worcester -1, that goes up to just 9. Sutherland -5. Please stay warm. 3 is your maximum, and then -3 in Uppington, as that's where you start in the afternoon, 13 degrees Celsius. That's a look at the weather as well as some of the temperatures. If you have any sunrise photos, send it my way, please. Just jump on to the Expresso Facebook page.
Well, as the rain blesses us outside, it's almost like every time we go live, this beautiful shower of rain hits. We'll take it, man. But we're going to talk about literacy for a second, and I'm going to drive home a statistic that we brought to you a couple of times, and we have to keep reinforcing it because it is actually shocking and probably unacceptable. Now, only 2% of children's books are published in South Africa, that are published here, are in an African language. That is crazy, and Cadbury Dairy Milk wants to change this. So they are employing their shelves of chocolate to create a little bit of shelf space for something very close to our hearts and something that should be really important to you: African language children's storybooks.
Of course.
Come on.
Translate and learn a new word with us just to help co-author this children's library full of African language stories. Now, our word this morning will definitely have you drooling.
Yeah, it's something that fits our show.
You're like salivating
yeah,
already.
no, it does fit our show.
We want you to help us translate mouth-watering into Sesotho.
First of all, my mouth was watering because I was thinking about chocolate. I was, admittedly, as soon as I got to the chocolate part, I was a little bit distracted. But yes, mouth-watering is the phrase, a hyphenated word that we are doing today. And we're going to translate it into Sesotho, and it translates as thus. There's two options here: Dutlesang mate, or Mate Malodi.
Mate Malodi.
Dutlisang Mate or Mate Malodi.
I Dutlisang.
I Dutlisang. I Dutlisang Mate or Mate Malodi. Mouthwatering, that's a beautiful phrase to use in a... Yeah, now that's a great phrase to use in a story. You can imagine. So we've had a badger, we've had a
snake,
a serpent, snail. You know, so maybe the serpent and the snail eyed the mouth-watering pie on the windowsill and both was trying to get to it, and who got there first? No, it was stolen by the puppy. We've had all the characters and all the
Can't wait for
phrases
you to do
already.
the voiceovers for every single one of them today.
I would relish the opportunity, but the bottom line is it's an opportunity for us to get involved and just help make a massive difference in the lives of so many children.
And of course, you can help ensure that all children can enjoy enchanting African language tales in their own language by translating just one word and co-author a library of African language children's storybooks, #in our own words. Now, all you have to do is visit cadbury.co.za and at Cadbury Dairy Milk SA on Facebook or at Cadbury_SA on Twitter and Instagram to start sharing your words. And who knows, maybe you'll hear G's voice soon with a... Come, do like a little voice there.
The Aardwolf. Please can we have Aardwolf as the word to be translated next. In just a moment, we're going to be catching up with Kyle Jonah. You will be hearing his voice today on this show, and proudly so. So we'll chat to him in just a moment.
It's my feel-good breakfast show.
Welcome back, everybody. This is your Feel Good Breakfast Show on S3. It's time to meet our performer, our singer-songwriter, born right here in Cape Town. Kyle Jonah is here with us this morning. Now, he has had the opportunity to share the likes with people like Janice, with Chad Simon, and he is here to perform an exclusive song just for us.
Now, the thing is, this guy, Kyle Jonah, I have no idea why he stole my look. It's very difficult to do an intro for him because I thought he could choose another shirt color. He decided to dress exactly like me with a white shirt and, of course, this stone color. Look at that. It's a problem. But it's fine. We're going to interview him anyway, Jamie Lee. We're going to try and be as professional as we can. So let's go. Kyle Jonah, welcome to the couch, my man.
Thank you for having me.
You look great.
You guys look like
you.
twins, actually.
I could say the same for you.
Yes.
I like him already.
Yes, it really did. And you started performing at quite a young age.
Yeah.
And it's a constant question that I ask because there's always a good story about somebody who said, Hey, you have a nice voice, so you should actually do this and take this seriously.
Yeah.
How did that process happen for you? Did it happen in the church? Did it happen, you know, with friends?
Yes, I actually gave this some thought, and like many artists say, they started out in church, and it's the same with me. But for quite some time, I kind of gave music a break,
Yeah.
and but I'm back now. I'm back at church. I've been going to church for more regularly, and I've just had a closer walk with God. So I feel like He's kind of restored and He's kind of helped me along to kind of restore my joy and passion for music. So yeah, I'm back and I'm singing again. So that's really.
And we get to hear it. We get to hear you being back. That's the best.
Yeah.
And again, it's all about being a journey. It's not a destination, you know, walking the walk with God. But obviously it brought you to that song, All My Time, a song that you released just about a year ago. Tell us about that and also the message behind that.
Yeah, so All My Time, that's my baby. As you can imagine, it was really exciting to release All My Time, your debut single, with all the mixed emotions that come with it. But the message behind it is it's basically to that special someone, that special someone that you're in love with, or your best friend, or whatever it may be. Just that you'd spend all your time with that person, because that's generally how you feel when you feel something towards another. Yeah.
That's beautiful. That's deep. This is why you dress well. Anyway, so I heard about this. I think I got an email or a DM from you about Deep Soul CPT. It's probably a DM. And I wanted to find out a bit more about that particular project, because that's what you founded. If for anybody who's been in the rock and doesn't understand Deep Soul CPT, I want you to give it a proper plug as to what it's about.
Okay, cool. So Deep Soul is a passion project of mine. I started with my close friends, Ashley Pretorius and Justin Govender. So Deep Soul is basically this company that tries to provide opportunity for artists, local artists, to perform and to record and just to get the music out there.
Nice.
It's something that falls very close to home for me. So I just felt I needed to do this for artists that are also trying to aspire to be musicians and make a career out of it.
Beautiful.
You spoke about love earlier on. You recently got married and you got a puppy.
right.
That is all about the love. Tell us about that.
Okay, so yeah, Max, my Boerboel puppy.
I like how you went to the dog first. I like how you went to the
You're not even my
I'm
wife.
saving the best for last. I'm saving the best for last.
Good
Good
save.
save. That
Good
was
save.
brilliant. Honesty.
Yeah, so I got a puppy and I'm now happily married. It's just been so beautiful, and just experiencing it with my wife, Andia. And also, I'm just gonna quickly throw in a quick plug.
You must.
Andia Benjamin Physio, check her out. I'm just gonna throw that in there. But yeah, it's marriage life. It's really been good to me so far, and I've just really been so blessed. So yeah.
You can tell. Also, that entire save that he did there with the
Yeah.
puppy being spoken about first and then throwing in a plug for her little company. You are sick, my friend. Hey, look how comfortable you are on that couch. You were almost on it all day, which is fine. But just a quick one. We are going to, get your performance a little later. I think it's going to be magical. Just in terms of 2021, Deep Soul CBT, does that continue in a different way? Or you plan to release some more music? What's happening this year?
Okay, so I'm going to be releasing a song titled Broken Crayons. It's performed with Robin X, another exceptional artist. You guys really should check her out. It's titled Broken Crayons. I'll be performing that shortly.
Nice.
And for the rest of the year, I'm just really hoping that we perform more. I just really want more events. So as Deep Soul, that's what we're hoping for.
Okay.
More events. And we've just been doing so many collaborations. Darren Govender,
Yes, we know.
he's been on Expresso not too long ago. So we've been working with him. We've been working with a bunch of other artists from Cape Town. So yeah, it's just releasing music and more events, hopefully.
I'm smiling because I know he's not going to sleep on the couch tonight.
Nope.
Nope, not at all.
Save! That's it. So Carl will be performing for you a little later on your Feel Good Breakfast show, so stick around for this guy. Not only is he good on the couch, but great in the mic.
While those deep soul tunes will hit us in the feels, the next culinary delight is going to vibrate at the same blissful frequency.
Made with love by Clover.
Now, we all love a lasagna that is mathemalodi, which means mouth-watering in Sesotho. Have you ever tried dessert lasagna? Whoa, I feel like people have just fallen over and dropped things. Well, today we're going to indulge you in this trendy sweet treat that will leave chocolate lovers speechless. Well, in fact, anyone with a sweet tooth, brace yourself, because it does not get sweeter than Chef Chumi.
Of course.
And of course, the dessert is going to be sweet as well. Chumi.
How are you?
I'm great, my dear, and you've brought the most with you this morning.
Well, Carl's talking about plugs.
girl.
I think he should come here and see the plug that I've got for you today, because we're talking sweet lasagna, dessert lasagna, and it all starts with our Clover Bliss medium cream dessert.
This is a bit crazy. I was thinking there's no way you could actually make this more delicious and indulgent. Like, there's nothing else you could, like, there's nothing more we could add. Maybe you could, like, drizzle syrup on the top of it once it's done. I don't know. But I love the idea of layers that you can kind of discover and work your way through. So talk us through the base, because I like the analogy that we are likening this to a lasagna, which kind of sets in your mind already now this picture of what it's going to turn out like.
I know, right? So to start it off, we've got a beautiful biscuit base that we've got over there in the corner. So what
Okay.
I'd like you to do is at least start mixing that for
Okay.
us, because we do want to make sure that the crust holds its form. So what
Okay.
we're using there is some butter and some biscuit bases.
Can I pour all the butter in and just mix it?
I'd say go in a little at a time, so maybe
Okay.
half of the mixture first, mix it up, and then the rest.
And see
because you
where,
also
where
don't-
we're at. Okay.
We don't want it to be too runny or too wet.
Sure.
And then next in this layer of amazing beautifulness is we've got some caramel, and then we've got a layer here of our cream cheese and our beautiful Bliss medium cream dessert. In essence, we're doing sort of like a chocolate flavored lasagna, you know, and I love my chocolate. So what better way to do that than to incorporate our Bliss into this dessert?
I like
Yeah.
that, and I think that the cream cheese vibe is going to kind of temper the sweetness just a little bit. It's going to be a bit, you know, I don't want to say sour, but it's going to temper all of that crazy sweetness with something that is a little bit more acidic, which
That
is
is
great.
very true, sir. And I think more than anything, we want to make sure that we have layers of flavor.
How
you
does
know?
that look? It's kind of...
That looks perfect.
Yeah, that
and
looks
I think
good.
since you've done so well, you maybe
Yeah.
should then start layering our dessert for us.
Cool.
And then that's the first base is going to be our biscuit base. And then
But-
after that,
About how thick do you want it?
let's make it about... well, 4 more scoops, and then that's going to
should
be
be
thick
enough.
enough.
Cool.
That should be enough. And then what you can then do, since you're doing so well in the kitchen, you're starting
Wow.
to take the shine from me. Maybe you can start whipping up some cream for us, because that's going to be
Okay.
the top layer. And the sooner we start whisking that up, the better.
And that beautiful human being that is Chef Funi, he gave me such a dressing down because my whipping technique was so off par. So, okay, and I've got a mixer now.
Oh, well done.
Yeah, baby, okay.
Awesome stuff.
This is the cream, I'm assuming.
That is the cream.
it will
The
go-
trick whenever you're whisking cream or making sure you're whipping it up to stiff peaks is to always make sure that it is cold. Or use
okay.
a cold bowl, because I think that the worst thing you want is to be working your elbows and whisking away and nothing happens.
Sugar in?
Yes, sir.
Okay.
So we've got some some cream.
Does it all go in at once, or must I kind of
Let's
start
also
first?
do it a little bit at a time.
Sounds cool. See, I'm asking all the right questions, man. I'm learning.
While you're doing that, I'm going to go in with the next layer of our lasagna here. And this is our Bliss cream. There we go.
So if I cover you in cream, it's cool.
Well, this is
It
why
just
I'm
goes
here.
with the dessert.
This is why I'm here. It's not a labor of love if you don't get your fingers dirty, right?
Just gonna add a
You're
little
going to have
bit
to
more.
go a little bit, whip it up a bit more, and then we'll add the icing sugar towards the end. And then I'm going to go in with another layer of caramel.
Oh, that look,
That looks really good. And then,
wow. This is crazy.
I know.
This is the most crazy dessert I've ever seen in my life.
Talk about decadence. It's just flavor on flavor and flavor of deliciousness.
You know what could be really cute is if you've got like nice little ramekins or even like glass jars that, I mean, we've been all about that jar cutery lately.
Oh, really?
Is for little individual desserts at the end of a dinner. Imagine how cute these would be if you kind of whip them up. Okay, that's actually starting to come nice. Can I add more sugar?
You can just keep whisking.
Okay.
Just keep whisking.
I'm
You're
keen,
doing
man.
a pretty well.
I just want to find ways of adding more sweetness to this dessert.
While you're doing that, I'm going to add some texture and add a bit of coconut in the center there.
Because we have to, you've got to have your layers
It
being a
is
lasagna.
important, yeah, and then you'll just add the cream on the very top, and then we'll drizzle some cream on this and some chocolate, caramel, all of that. You can put that in there. That's looking good. And in essence, this is how simple it is. Simple, easy, delicious, tasty.
And crazy good, crazy, crazy good. You can get this entire recipe at expressoshow.com. That's where we house all of our culinary madness in this case. While we put the finishing touches on this beauty, you can take a look at a step-by-step account of how we arrive at our dessert lasagna.
Made with love by Clover. Only you can make my day. It's my feel-good breakfast show.
Welcome back to it, your feel-good breakfast show. It's Expresso live on S3. It's a Thursday morning. No better time or day to speak about money. And the reason for that is whether you have taken out a personal loan for debt repayment, tuition fees, as many people have done, fixing up your home or anything else, every loan has a story to tell. And that's the beauty of loans sometimes. This morning, we want to hear those stories and share our own. And courtesy of Nedbank, even, award a deserving individual a 1,000 Rand Avo app voucher voucher for sharing their story with us, right?
Yeah, man. So get on it. Actually, get online right now and start that. But we're going to have a little bit of chat because it's something that I've certainly got a personal perspective with.
Right.
You know, whether you've taken out a personal loan or maybe you haven't, but you're thinking about doing something, making that, like you said, that adjustment to your house. Maybe it's for tuition. In my case, Linz and I wanted to put on a theatre production after we did our season of Strictly. We wanted to kind of say thank you to the dance world.
Yes.
And we needed that cash injection. I took out the loan and it helped us. It helped us dramatically because there were all sorts of hurdles along the way. If I didn't have that, we wouldn't have been able to get across the line. And it was one of the most satisfying feelings in the world to have ownership of something like that, to employ people was just incredible. But also the feeling of paying back that loan and how that's helped my financial profile. So there were a couple of dynamics there. Have you? Would you?
That.
I've never taken out a loan in my life, and I have that fear of taking out a loan.
Yeah.
Because I've never heard good stories when it came to that. I think growing up, my pa always instilled in us, if you can avoid it, try not to. I think now it's obviously easier with regards to banking, like Nedbank has made it easier for us to take it out on a period. I'm still very fearful of taking out a loan, but if I do need a cash injection, it would definitely...
Listen, it must be for a reason. It's not for a 3-month party.
Behind it as well. You've got to be responsible doing it as well.
You know, there's actually a psychology around the loan, and what you spoke about, yes, indeed. It is about when you take it out, don't take it out to, I need to save myself, because there's a certain desperation that comes to it. Rather, you actually change the narrative on what a loan is to you and say, this is to build myself.
It's an investment.
Because I think when it's to save myself, there's a certain air of, I need to get this done, I'm going to stress out. And when you have a loan and you're stressing, you know what happens from there. Stress makes you counterproductive. Counterproductivity will not allow you to get the income to repay said loan.
That's it. The beauty of personal loans, what I found, is then that they're able to move you from having a dream and a thought and an idea to actually realizing that and making that happen. And if you are responsible around it and you really do see through the dream once the money has come through, you then don't have to worry about it.
It's liquidity. It's liquidity. Well, you guys have weighed in on the conversation, so let's take a look at what some of our viewers have had to say.
We have Hakima saying, #real difference, Expresso Morning Show, Nedbank. A personal loan has helped to pay for the studies of my 18-year-old son. Now, a good education is worth it, as I know he will one day make something of himself. He plans to study to be a graphic designer, and the school has the courses and materials to lead him in that direction. My job as a radiographer and the personal loan has helped make that happen, so it is worth taking the loan. My investment will pay off one day.
Yeah, he's going to look after you. He's going to look after you when he's a successful graphic designer. I love that.
That is beautiful. There's another one here. This one is Leonie Lawrence Van Rooyen saying a #real difference. It made a real difference when our roof blew off with the strong winds. What would have been able to do, we would have not been able to do without a loan, basically.
Sometimes you do just need it. And of course, this morning we are putting it to you guys. If you have ever taken out a personal loan, we want you to let us know how it has made a difference in your life. And you could win yourself, as Tubbsy said, that 1,000 Rand Avo app voucher, courtesy of Nedbank. And you can enter on the competition post on the Expresso Facebook or our Twitter pages. And you've got to, as always, use that hashtag. It is
Real difference.
And the competition closes this morning at 11 a.m. So please get on it ASAP.
Now, to read some more amazing stories, because there are many of them, about how a loan has made an incredible difference, go on to nedbank.co.za. Good luck.
I'm Tokozani, and this is my story with money. I had accounts on top of accounts and loans at different places. I had to change things. My family were depending on me. So I went to Nedbank for help and applied for a personal loan to consolidate my accounts. To my relief, I got the loan with monthly repayments that I could actually afford. I managed to pay off my debt, and with the extra cash, also fixed our home. It gave me something that is important to me, and umndeni wami.
Listen, we're talking about childhood dreams on our social media this morning. What was your childhood dream? Were you able to achieve it? Have you been doing it? And we'd love to connect with you. Let me ask you that question. What was your childhood dream?
This is it, what I'm doing today, right
wow.
now. This was always what I ever wanted to do.
From Hammanskraal to a national TV show. Look at that.
It's beautiful. No, I'm really lucky, and I think that's the beauty of it. The dreams, when they are realized, you realize just how blessed you are and just what is possible from then on. But I am so lucky to be able to live my dream every single day, and thank you to every single one of you for being able to make that happen for me. Let's see what you guys have said on social media. We got one from Janine Abrams saying, "Morning Expresso. I've always said I wanted to be a vet because of my love for animals, but as I grow older, I wanted to be a gynecologist, but never got to pursue either one." And how's those emojis? Those two emojis of like looking at yourself from the bottom up. Ah, Leonie.
We have a Maruping saying, "I always wanted to be a superhero helping the needy." Did it come true though, Maruping? We would love to know if it did come true.
I think Maruping sounds like the type of person who would certainly go out and make that happen. Zano Ovis says, morning greetings to my Expresso family. I've always wanted to be a chess player. So when I was a young boy, I've seen this specific game on Harry Potter. So I guess things happened for me because during 2007, I represented South Africa in a South African championship in Prague and did come 3rd place in the world.
Wow.
Yes, king! Ah, that is beautiful. What's that game on Harry Potter? Quidditch? Quidditch? They play chess too in the first one. I actually just remembered that. That's beautiful. Keep those coming through with the hashtag Expresso Show.
Oh, you can make my day. It's my feel-good breakfast show.
Welcome back to Feel Good Breakfast Show. We're about to cross to something very, very important. In fact, it's going to turn Expresso into Expresso.
Only just a little bit jealous of harmony.
We are live at the brand new Adidas Sandton store right here in Sandton City. This is the flagship store, which is the most immersive consumer experience right here in Africa. Wow, this is amazing. Over 1,000 square meters. But we're not alone. I am joined by Bob Maposa, who is the sports marketing manager at Adidas South Africa. And also we've got Thandi, who's here, who's the media officer here at Orlando Pirates. So, Bob, tell us, why are we here today? What's happening? Why is today so special?
Well, I think obviously every season, every one of us and within obviously the football family wait for this particular day where we obviously look ahead to the new season coming or to the coming season. In that way, we are here today obviously to reveal the new kit, the new Orlando Pirates kit for the coming season. And as you said, what a best place to be at the Sandton flagship store.
It is indeed a great place to be. Thandi, tell us, what does a new kit reveal mean for a team like Orlando Pirates?
It is huge, it's monumental, because for us it sets the tone for the rest of the season, what our ambitions are, what our ethos is, what we want to achieve as a brand, as a club, and it also, it identifies the colors that the fans will be wearing, so it's very important for our identity. It sets the tone for our players, that's how we communicate to them that this is your armor, these are your war colors, as it were, and it also tells the rest of the world what we as a brand are about, what we want to achieve. And for us, we had a trophy winning season, so we want to build from that and continue from that. And also, we went back to Africa. We were in CAF competitions, and we went to compete in that vein because we qualified to go back there. So we want to continue with that culture of success, that culture of winning, which is Orlando Pirates. And having a technical sponsor like Adidas means that, we've got people who will get the job done, partners who understand what we as a brand stand for.
Going from a trophy-winning season to what we could call a trophy-winning kid, what can the fans expect?
The fans can expect great things from this kid. The one thing that excites me the most, and after a very long time, I'm a woman in football. I'm a lady wearing a woman's jersey. You can see with a slightly V-neck cut that this is the women's jersey. The men's jersey is more round neck, and it's beautiful. I mean, we've stuck to the iconic Orlando Pirates, which is black, but we also have the 3 white stripes from Eddie, and the red piping here just puts in that a bit of youthful exuberance into the jersey, into the design. So it's exciting, it's beautiful. And looking at the away kit, Bob and yourself, you guys, you look stunning, These are wonderful colors. These are exciting colors. It speaks to the youth. And it also speaks to Orlando Pirates as a brand. We've been here since 1937. We are all about culture. We're all about tradition. But we keep it moving. We keep it going forward. We keep evolving as a brand. And these colors, these exciting bright colors, and these beautiful designs speak to exactly that we are an evolving brand. We are a moving entity. We're not stationary, and that's why we'll keep on growing, keep on reaching for bigger and better heights.
Wow, I love that, and I love the brand new colors and the attention to detail. Bob, tell me, what was the inspiration behind the away kits and the designs of the home kits?
Yeah, obviously, I think last year, as you know, we kind of obviously went with the striking orange colorway, and for us, was actually pushing boundaries. And here we are today, obviously, with a new mint jersey kind of coming out. By the way, it is readily available from today, from this very store, and obviously online as well at Orlando Pirates Shop.coza and Adidas.coza, so fans can get their hands on it, and those that are in and around Sandton could actually come into store to see the whole range.
And most importantly, just to add on to what Bob said, because we cater for everybody, we understand our market, we understand our people, and we know the Buccaneers out there just raring to get this kit. So it's also available at the Orlando Pirates shop at Orlando Stadium.
There you have it. It is incredible, an amazing kit available right here at the Adidas Sandton flagship store, where you can get this awesome kit and you can have a whole lot of fun. Success all the way around. Back to you in studio.
Harmony.
Thank you.
Oh, man. Only just a little bit jealous. More from that brand new flagship Addy store in just a moment. And, of course, more for the Buccaneers. But right now, we're going to get into a little gaming.
Oh yes, we are amped for it, from celebrating our local soccer teams to having fun with a bit of dodgeball. Grant Hines is in the house. He's got his next game to review, and you want to hear all about it. Grant, good morning.
You do want to hear all about it?
Are you ready, Grant?
I am ready.
Are you ready? Say it again.
I got my first dose of the vaccine yesterday, so I am so excited.
Well, you're pumped. You're amped.
Look, I'm revealing my age, but
Yeah.
I'm also like excited.
Yeah,
right?
no, I'm excited for you. I'm excited for you. Well, this is fantastic. Knockout City is what we're reviewing this morning. You've been at it. I mean, you've been clicking through that console. I mean, you're
Game
having fun.
controller. It's a game controller.
Okay. Thank you.
Tabiso, yeah. Listen, I'm gonna have Tabiso over. We're gonna play some games at some point. But essentially, it is such an exciting game. We're currently matchmaking at the moment, but you know how dodgeball works, right?
Yes.
Did you ever played at school?
Yes, I did.
Also, did you watch the dodgeball movie, right?
No, I didn't.
What?
No, I did not.
Okay,
but
why?
tell me
Okay,
what
so
this game is about, how similar it
dodgeball
is.
is very, very simple. It's a concept where you pick up a ball and then you throw it at a friend.
Okay.
And if it hits the friend without them catching it, then they are, there we go, like that. This dummy actually caught that is a dummy. I'm not saying that person.
Yeah,
is
well,
dummy.
it does say they're dummy.
And
yes.
then if you get hit, then you've lost points, right?
Okay.
So that's essentially the premise. So if you are clever, you can throw your dodgeball.
And if you are like dummy and you don't catch the
See, now
dodgeball.
I need to dodge this individual by dodging. So
Yeah.
if I stand over here,
Yeah.
it's going to charge up. Ooh, oh, and I just dodge the ball. So it's very simple concept for a game.
Yeah.
But they've managed to make a very technical,
Okay.
like skill-based dodgeball game on a controller, which is actually very challenging.
And so that they've got that right. What have they missed in terms of developing this particular game? What would you say is the downside to it?
Okay, so this is going to be a little bit challenging to do. It's not very hard to play.
Okay.
So that means
So I could do it with ease.
Yeah, so the learning curve to throw a ball is actually very, very relaxed.
Okay.
You don't need to have great aim. I, as a person who loves games where aim is very important,
Yeah.
would love to see more aim,
So you
like,
want a bit more,
skill-based.
you would prefer it to be far more challenging than what it is.
Yes, but at the same time, working together as your team in a 3v3 context,
Yeah.
it's not about your aim, it's about how well your strategy works.
Who would
against
love
your
this
opponent.
game? Who would enjoy it thoroughly?
I think families. This is
Yeah.
a family game.
Yeah.
Like in a really strange way. It's sport.
Yeah.
It's a sport-oriented game that's
Yeah.
very easy to understand.
Yeah.
And when you are playing with your mates and just like having a good time,
Yeah.
you can have your friends over who've never played a game. Ooh, and then just get into this game quickly, and then
Yeah.
there's no huge learning curve.
And the nice thing about it does sound like it's the perfect type of game for someone who isn't familiar with gaming to really just get into the zone. So if you have friends like me who aren't big gamers, this is the type of game to sort of like enculture them into that,
But it'd just be
that
so
zone,
much
right?
fun to play together.
Yeah.
And I think the strength of this game works when all three of you are
Yeah.
on voice chat and working
Yeah.
together.
Yeah.
If you're not doing that, it's a little bit challenging. I think that's probably my worst part of it.
Yeah.
And also the lack of game modes. The game modes are kind of uninteresting. It's like imagine FIFA, but there was like a ton of different game modes other than the soccer game mode, the
And so-
traditional match
yeah.
game mode. No one's ever going to play that other stuff. Everyone wants to play the actual dodgeball
Okay,
mode. So that would probably, between that and the fact that you need your friends to actually sit down and enjoy this. If you
Yeah.
have two other people on voice chat,
Yeah.
and
Then you're good to go.
Then you're good. If they're not on voice chat, it's a bit disastrous.
What sort of things have you got under the main menu? So what are the things that really do lead this game if you went into the main menu?
So great character customization.
Okay.
So this is my character at the moment, but
Yeah.
I've actually made 3 characters. So here's one.
Oh, so you can do. I love that they're all wearing like the one guy's wearing like bum shorts. I mean, these guys are stylish.
No, but here's the thing. It's like it's all that old nostalgia, that old dodgeball nostalgia.
I mean,
so
the
you can
styling is
you can
incredible.
customize your
Hey, look
your
at you
play.
there.
That's not me.
Oh.
I mean, I want to skip my hair yellow. Then we know
Okay.
how it is.
So
So
you
you
really-
can create your own character, which is
Love
really
that.
cool. You can
Yeah.
create your own crew. That's the whole idea.
Yes.
And then obviously
Join a crew as well, which is really cool.
yeah, so that's
Really
why
nice.
the 3v3 is really important. And obviously, having all these different new game modes,
Yeah.
like Street Play over here, there's Double Team, KO, there's Party Download Dash. I've been trying to get into a match at the moment on air,
Yeah.
but we're struggling to actually get into a match because it's very early and not many people are playing right now.
We're going to get into it. We are going to get into it. Grant, as always, you are fantastic with these games. You really do get us all inspired and pumped up. And I should have caught that ball thrown at me, but just shows you just how quick I am at that. As always, thanks to Grant for the update. What did you think on our Facebook page, Expresso Morning Show, SABC 3? Hashtag Expresso Show.
It's my feel-good breakfast show.
Welcome back as we are trying to establish what kind of a fan Harmony is, but he's a lucky man this morning. He's in Jozi, about to introduce us to a brand new kit.
Indeed, and some players too. Take a look.
It can't be done.
And
We're still live right here at the impressive, very impressive Adidas Santon flagship store right here in Santon City, where Orlando Pirates is unveiling their brand new kit. This is amazing, but no, I'm not going to be telling you about it. Let's see how the players feel. I'm here with Tulani and Abel, defenders from the Bucks themselves, and they're going to tell us a little bit more about their pre-season training and what they think of the new kit. Guys, welcome.
Thank you.
Thank you.
You know, one thing is for sure, the Buccaneers are definitely going to be the best dressed team at the PSL this year. What do you guys think of your new kits? I mean, I love it. What do you think?
Yeah, obviously, it's a unique jersey, you know, especially the away ones, because last season we had the orange color. You know, this one we bring some youthfulness as we have youngsters in the team. So, and the black one is always the original one, the classic, and we're keeping our heritage.
Yeah, and for the home kits, it's very original and the heritage, and also I really like the detailing, and it's very nice, and I'm looking forward to wearing it.
You know, the kit definitely makes you feel, I love to say, some type of way when you go out there. So how has the preseason training been for you guys?
Yeah, obviously, the pre-season training has been good. The team, there's good spirits around the team. You know, we've been put through our paces. You know, the vibe, it's nice. Everyone, we have a few youngsters. You know, we try to lead them to the right way.
And the upcoming season, how do you feel about the upcoming season?
We're looking forward to it. It's a great season with the inclusion with a couple of youngsters, and we're definitely looking to integrate them into the team and to help us moving forward.
You know, I think the fans were used to you were speaking about the old kid, they were used to the old kid. How do you think they're going to respond to the brand new kid?
I think they're going to respond. The response is going to be positive, you know, because our badge, the original badge, has come back. You know, the skull one, you know, when you look deeper in it, there's some details in it. So I think they will be happy with the badge coming back.
I think the fans definitely want to see this kid in action. It's one thing to, you know, to swag out with it, just looking good when you're walking the street.
Yeah.
But you guys mind showing us a little bit of a demonstration of how it's going to look when you are playing with it?
Definitely, we can do a couple of headers. Yeah, I think that would be good. That'd be good.
Wow, I can see why you guys are in the team. Well done. I mean, it's been such a phenomenal time spending time with you guys, and the kit is amazing. So, guys, make sure you get your hands on this incredible kit. You know, we wish you all the best with the upcoming season. It's clear you've been training, and the training is going to pay off. The Bucks are going to be incredible this year. One thing is for sure, though. You guys are definitely going to turn heads with your brand new kit.
Thank you for having us, man.
All the best. Back to you in studio.
Go.
And 72,
and then
73, 74. Oh, gee whiz, man.
yeah, that was great.
That was a record, man. Thank you so
welcome.
much to
Thank you.
Harmony. Thank you to the Addy team. And, of course, all the best of luck to the Buccaneers fans for the season to come. But, of course, it is almost the top of the hour. Time for us to get back into those news headlines. Okay, let's try again.
Okay, 78.
Indeed, we're starting with your national news first. Now, the South African Reserve Bank says that the looting and unrest over the past week have resulted in some banking infrastructure being damaged, including ATMs. Now, the central bank said that ATMs are equipped with technology to stain banknotes in case of attack. This process defaces them so that they carry no monetary value for people who invade ATMs. Now, members of the public are thus urged not to accept these banknotes and to report such incidents to the nearest police station. And then the masterminds behind the violent uprisings last week in parts of KwaZulu-Natal and Gauteng could face terrorism charges. The National Prosecuting Authority yesterday told Parliament that it would not hesitate to prosecute those who instigated the looting of shopping malls and destruction of infrastructure under the terrorism law. Now, Justice Minister Ronald Lamola said the act was one of the critical pieces of legislation designed for the protection of the country's constitutional democracy. And then looking to news further abroad, the head of the Tokyo 2020 Organizing Committee does not rule out cancelling the Olympic Games. Toshiro Muto said he would keep an eye on infection numbers and hold discussions. Now, more than 70 people associated with the Games have already tested positive ahead of tomorrow's opening ceremony. Meanwhile, the head of the World Health Organization, Dr. Tedros Adhanom Ghebreyesus, said the Tokyo Olympics should go ahead as the world needed the Olympics now as a celebration of hope. And then the authorities in northwest Nigeria have freed 100 women and children, mainly mothers nursing infants, who were seized by bandits. The group were abducted on the 8th of June in Zamfara State. Now, 4 people were killed during the incident. The Zamfara State government said they were released without any ransom being paid, but gave no further details. The group will now be medically checked and debriefed before returning home. A spate of kidnappings has taken place in the region during recent months. And then next, a 4-day working week beckons overwhelming success in Iceland. Now, a major rearrangement in the world of work, often discussed by workers across the globe, and one that could have worldwide consequences, is presently being looked at from corridors of power. Now, productivity remained the same or improved, where some 2,500 workers in Iceland were paid the same for a 4-day working week. Consequently, a huge part of Iceland's workforce has moved to shorter hours for the same pay, and researchers who were involved said this. Now, one opinion that this was, by all measures, an overwhelming success. And now Spain is piloting a 4-day working week as well. In New Zealand, a giant manufacturer of consumer goods is affording its huge staff a chance to cut their hours by 20% without touching their pay. And in London, it's even been suggested that shorter hours could cut the UK's carbon footprint. All this, of course, begs the question, what about us? What about South Africa? Well, who knows? We'll have to see where that leaves us. But that is where I leave your 7 o'clock news headlines. Here is G with another look at the sports.
Thanks so much, Jamie. Let's start a very busy bulletin with rugby. Currie Cup action continued yesterday with big wins for the Cheetahs and the Griquas. So tries by Duncan Saal, David Brits, Ruan Pina and Cohen Jasper secured a 38-21 victory for the Cheetahs over Western Province in Bloemfontein. This was the men from Bloem's second win in the campaign. Then in the other fixture, Griquas wing Edwin Keita, he scored 4 tries to guide his team to a 41-31 win over the Lions in Johannesburg. Then 6 teams will be in Currie Cup action this weekend when the competition continues. Then on the international front, Alan Wynne-Jones, of course, as expected, will now captain the British and Irish Lions in the first test against the Springboks at Cape Town Stadium on Saturday. Head coach Warren Gatland has named his team to face the Springboks and has included 3 Scottish players for the first time in 24 years. SA-born Duan Vanamava will be making his Lions test debut on the wing, and the 3-match test series will, of course, now all be played in Cape Town at 6 p.m. That's 3 successive Saturdays from the 24th of July up until the 7th of August. Now let's turn to the Olympics. A brace by Stina Blackstenius and a goal by substitute Lena Hurtig secured a stunning 3-0 win for Sweden over world champions the United States at the women's football tournament at the Tokyo Olympics. So USA had been unbeaten for 30 months before their shock loss to Sweden. And in other women's footballing results from the Olympic Games, Netherlands scored an impressive 10 goals to thrash Zambia 10-3. Brazil beat China 5-0. Host Japan and Canada drew 1 apiece. Australia beat neighbours New Zealand 2-1, and then Great Britain, they claimed a 2-0 win over Chile. Then on to basketball. The Milwaukee Bucks recorded a 105-98 victory over the Phoenix Suns to win their first NBA title for 50 years. The man in the middle, Greek freak Giannis Antetokounmpo, scoring 50 points along with 14 rebounds and 5 blocks to guide his team to the win in front of some 17,000 spectators. The 26-year-old was, as a result, named regular season MVP, NBA Finals MVP, and he, of course, won the NBA award for Defensive Player of the Year, a star on the rise. Oh, he's already there. Well, that's where we leave our sporting headlines for now. Let's see what the weather has in store.
And starting with weather from around the world, in fact, the past week has seen extreme weather cause havoc around the world. I mean, China and Europe are battling floods, in the US, Canada and Russia are having to cope with huge fires. In China and Western Europe, devastating floods have claimed hundreds of lives. In Germany, Belgium and Austria, flooding has collapsed houses and turned roads into rivers. And in wooded areas of Canada, the US and Russia, vast swaths of land are ablaze. Oregon State in the US is battling a fire so large that it can be seen from space at the moment. The UK and Ireland have just had their first ever extreme heat warning. Canada recently experienced its hottest day ever in a heat wave so severe it caused the deaths of hundreds of people, and there were reports of shellfish boiling in their shells, believe it or not. Experts are of the view that the worsening extreme weather is a consequence of climate change. So we took some inspiration from a story we reported on a little earlier in Iceland, where they have implemented a 4-day work week. We thought we would find out a little more about the capital as well as the largest city in the country, named Reykjavik. The city is the center of Iceland's cultural, economic and governmental activity, with the population of the city estimated to be around 233,000. English is taught as a second language in Iceland, with most Icelanders speaking Icelandic or Norse. Reykjavik has a subpolar oceanic climate with extreme temperatures experienced between day and night over the course of the year. Temperatures will rarely drop below negative 15 degrees Celsius, with maximum temperatures rarely exceeding 20 degrees Celsius, and mostly ranging between 10 to 15 degrees Celsius during the day. Today, the city of Reykjavik can expect rainy conditions reaching a maximum of 15 degrees Celsius. Now, bringing it back to our own shores, Jacques Penakan from Durban shared this beautiful shot of the sun rising over the ocean. Robin Monique Lowe sent through this stunning photo showing the sky glowing in the distance just before the sun comes up. And we have included some virtual international travel on our Friday shows, and this Friday is no different. We head to the UK this Friday. We would love to see any of your pictures if you live there, or perhaps if you visited there before. Please head on over to the Expresso Facebook page. If you have any photos to share with us, we'd love to see it and pop it on the show on Friday. Let's take a look at the temperatures from across South Africa and see an idea as to what to wear today. So Polokwane is 0, so you're going to have to layer over there. 17 is your maximum. Bombela 6 to 28, so a t-shirt will do. Pretoria 0 to 14. You got Johannesburg 0 to 10. -2 in Mahikeng, very chilly. 14 the maximum. Klerksdorp -4. 12 is the max there. Kimberley -4 as well for you. 10 is the max. Bloemfontein a minimum of -3 degrees Celsius, and that bumps up to 8 later. Richards Bay 9 this morning, up to 18 in the afternoon. A 25% chance of rain. Pietermaritzburg 0 to 18. Durban 10 to 20 today. Umtata, you've got 2 this morning. 12 later. East London 7 to 11. Strong winds expected in your area, and a 25% chance of rain in the area. Cradock -2 to 5. Gqeberha 8 to 12. A 74% chance of precipitation. George 5 is your low, to a high of 10 later. Of course, Cape Town 6, a minimum, a maximum of 13 degrees Celsius with a 55% chance of rain. Worcester -1 to 9. Sutherland -5. That is the lowest temperature in the country at the moment. Please stay warm. 3 the max. And then Uppington -3 up to 13. That's a wrap of your temperatures for now. If you have any good sunrise photos, despite the cold weather, please send it our way. Go to the Expresso Facebook page.
Listen, things are certainly heating up because Taste Master Season 2, the baking edition, it's back, baby!
It's back! It's all the hype at the moment. That's all we've been going on about. So all those bakers and aspiring bakers who really want to be the next big baking influencer, this is your chance.
Yes. Now, Margot Janse, one of the judges of Season 1, is going to be speaking to us about her experience with Taste Master. So stick around for that. We'll see you just after this.
Oh, you can make my day.
Welcome back. If you're a foodie, listen up whilst Mzansi gears up for the launch of a very exciting season 2 of The Taste Master. We're connecting with award-winning chef Margot Janse about her experience as being a judge, of course, on season 1. Margot, very good morning. Welcome. We hope you're a little bit warmer where you are. How are you today?
I'm very good, but I don't think I'm warmer. I'm in Franschhoek, and I actually, from my office, I can see the snow on the mountains.
Oh, my word.
Wow.
Well, it must
freezing.
look beautiful at least, so soak that up. But great to be connecting with you. Exciting time, but I'm going to ask you to cast your mind back to what was an enthralling season. We were obviously watching. I was involved as one of the voice artists. It was just such an exciting process. What was it like for you to be a judge on Taste Master, and most importantly, being there to help those aspiring foodies along their incredible journeys? Because all of them, just about, have gone on to achieve amazing things because of that experience. What was that like?
I think firstly, I really enjoyed the energy of everybody, the contestants, and obviously Gregory and Zola. There was just a great, there was a great team spirit. There was a great energy. And people really were there to achieve something.
Yeah.
It had a very positive feeling. I really enjoyed it.
And obviously now we get to see Chef Tumi just, own her space right now. She's going out there into the space and just dominating, winning awards. I mean, for you as well, what was it like, also just seeing the contestants grow in their culinary skills to where they are right now?
Yeah, I think it's fantastic. It's obviously been a great stepping stone. And I think to put yourself out there in a competition like this, it makes you grow. You grow from it. It's not easy. And I'm sure they must have asked themselves on many occasions, why am I doing this to myself? Because it's also nerve-wracking. But, when you stay in your comfort zone, you don't really grow. So it's fantastic to see how they embrace that.
I think the same could be said of the broader chef's journey. No one's going to give it to you. You've got to go out there and create a path for yourself. You yourself are an award-winning chef, and now over 20 years of experience in the industry. I know you could probably spend the next 3 hours explaining this to me, but from in terms of how you approach it, what do you think is the key to success? How have you been able to stay on the top of your game for as long as you have?
I think it's really about staying true to yourself. And realizing that it's not all about you, and that on your own, it's a really difficult journey, and you need a team, and it's an achievement you do with each other, and you need to be more than just a great chef or being able to produce good food. You need to also understand business. You need to understand logistics, and most of all, the human factor, how people rely on each other.
For sure.
Your human capital, yeah.
And Margot, then maybe for someone who's a foodie and has bigger aspirations and wants to get on Taste Master Season 2, what tips would you give anyone watching right now?
Go for it. If you've got that little fire burning, absolutely go for it. And make sure you are unique. Tap into what makes you tick and what you're good at, and follow that gut feel, and do not copy. Like really create your own voice, because then if you're genuine, people will go for it.
People will tap into that, and you might just meet some truly amazing chefs along the way, like Chef Margot Janse. Margot, thank you so much for connecting with us. Wrap yourself in a big blanket if you don't already have one over. Get close to a fire, make yourself a cup of coffee, and sit and watch your beautiful mountains. We're a little bit jealous, but we love you. Thank you so much for joining us this morning.
Thank you very much, and keep well.
That's award-winning chef Margot Janse, the founder of Isabelo charity as well, something that deserves massive kudos. The Taste Master Season 1 judge, but of course Season 2, the baking edition, is on the way. If you want to find out how you can enter and find fame and glory and a whole new career, this is how.
If you eat, sleep and dream of baking, enter the Tastemaster SA's new season starting in September on SABC2. Grow your career in TV and as a baking influencer and stand to win 20,000 rands cash plus 50,000 rands worth of premium kitchen products. To enter, share a video of you baking a wonder you've created with tried and trusted Royal Baking Powder. Upload your video and complete your application on the tastemaster.co.za website. Entries close Sunday 25th July. T's and C's apply.
Thank you very much for all of that inspiring words, Margot Janse. Happiness, though. Let's talk about happiness. Happiness, I know all about it. It's a pancake breakfast, yes, because it's warm, it's delicious, and it's perfect for winter as well. Today, in favor of the creativity that Margot Janse has just inspired us with, we thought let's just ramp up our pancakes with a deliciously creamy coffee sauce. Yes! And Tumi is here to show us just how to do that. Tumi, you got me very excited because coffee in the morning or any time of the day really is a good idea. But then you take coffee and then you bring pancakes into the mix. You really are after my heart.
I'm talking about a winning combination.
It's a winning combination,
right.
Just like you and I. How do you do it?
You start off with the coffee. So
okay,
we need you to make the coffee for us.
All right, so I'm going to make an espresso. Is that right?
Perfect,
is that what you
yes.
want from me? Okay,
because this is paired with a beautiful, decadent coffee sauce, you know?
Okay.
We're going to start with making the pancakes, but it's paired nicely with that sauce. So maybe you can start blending up all the ingredients for us.
The pairing, yes.
For that coffee sauce, for the pancakes, you've got some oats, you've got bananas, eggs, all those ingredients go into the blender. Blend it up for us so we can actually start with the base of our pancakes.
Let's go. So oats going in.
Perfect.
What is this?
That is, let me just see what that is.
Okay,
oh, of course, we've got some baking powder because we need that airiness and that fluffiness in it.
Baking powder.
Our coffee sauce needs 2 shots here, so I'm just going to ask you to press. Expresso can.
Espresso over here.
Thank
going
you.
in and then getting our eggs into it as well. And then some water. Great.
Nice stuff. So now I'm going to get started with the base of the sauce. So for the sauce, we also need some sugar, some cream, and some water.
Yeah.
I'm going to add the coffee into this mixture as well. So in essence, it's going to be very caramelly, but it's going to also have those beautiful notes of the coffee that we need into this mixture.
Love that. Okay, cool. So I'm going to mix up all of our ingredients here. They're going. And that's going to be going there just now. Banana, when do we add the banana? Does
you
it
actually
go
add that as well.
does it go into the mix as
yes,
well? Okay,
sir.
great. Okay.
Perfect stuff. And so, I mean, if you think about breakfast, if you think about something that you want to have in the morning, you don't want something that's overly filling, something that's going to...
You want it to be a nice light one,
you
right? You want it nice and light. So let's talk about your pancakes. These pancakes are pancakes with a difference.
Exactly. You know, we're talking about flavor, but they're also very light, and they've got all the nutrients of the bananas, all the fiber of the oats that we've got in there. And then if you pair that with the beautiful, decadent, luscious flavor, the coffee is exactly what you need.
Well, I'll tell you why you need that, because we are making use of that Kahawaya Congo, which is the hope of Congo. It's organic Congolese Arabica with an intensity level 7. It's dark and short roast, medium grind, fruity and biscuity, nutty aromas. It's fantastic. You can enjoy it as an espresso or as a lungo. And we want to make sure that you get your hands on all of this. If you want the recipe, you can get it on our website. It's expressoshow.com. So how are we doing over there?
Okay, so what I've got now is I've got all the ingredients for the sauce. What we wanted to do is we wanted to reduce nicely, get a nice thick consistency. We don't want it to be runny because the whole idea is that this sauce is going to cover our pancakes. They're going to be nice and decadent. We want it to be slightly thick.
Nice.
So the sugar's going to dissolve quickly. While that dissolves, you're going to blend up those.
Yep, that's coming together.
And then now I'm going to get this on for our pancakes. And then all we do is that we want them to be nicely baked. As you can see, as soon as you start seeing these bubbles,
then you know that it's ready.
Correct.
Great. Okay, awesome. So I've got this. It's come through. I love it when a blended mixture of goodness and mixes up together. That's going into our bowl there. Ooh, look at that.
And you see how simple
Health
it was.
and vitality, hey?
Exactly. The pancake batter is done. Our coffee sauce is basically done.
Good.
All we need now is for it to reduce. I'm going to start with the first batch for our pancakes. I want it to be nice and hot. But in essence, once we start seeing the bubbles, it's ready for us to start assembling our pancakes.
And this is what it looks like. like when it's really done and ready. Now you're getting all of that in. The sauce is also ready for you to go at it as well. When do we sprinkle our sauce?
Well, we're going to sprinkle our sauce just now. In essence, I want to show you, Khoro, this is how it is, but we need it to reduce down to this kind of consistency. And then you can drizzle it over your pancakes.
Oh, look at that.
I mean, like if you're making muffins, if you're making any type of baked good, this sauce would work perfectly as a glaze on top, as a sauce on your cake because of that flavor of the coffee.
But I think it's very inviting as well because the first thing you notice is that it really smells so, so good. That the aromas of the coffee, they come through so beautifully. And it says chewy.
Of course.
It says
that's
chewy.
the whole idea.
I love that. Well, we've made this super easy for you as well to get your hands on this delicious recipe. Why don't you go onto our website? It's expressoshow.com. On there, a list of all the ingredients you're going to need has been put on there. But of course, you got to taste it to know how good it is. To me, that is the philosophy, and I'm going right in for it. The smell of the coffee, I just can't get over it. I can't get over it.
I know. Yes, no, maybe.
Oh, yes.
It's a yes from you.
Me, and I said, say less.
Asbonge.
Yeah.
Awesome stuff.
Every time you brew a cup of reviving Origins coffee,
you're restoring land,
empowering farmers, and supporting livelihoods.
So every sip touches hundreds of lives.
And offers an inspiring taste experience in return.
It's my feel-good breakfast show.
Welcome back to Feel Good Breakfast Show, and as you know, with that little intro, you've got some tech talk, and this is exactly what's going to happen now. So, as you know, we chatted about some gadgets that could actually help you with your pets. Now we're taking a look at some of the best gadgets to help you with indoor plants. Now, this is something very close to me because I've been navigating the indoor plant space with a lot of failures. So this is where I need you, Grant. I need you a lot.
Well, not me. Technology.
Yes,
can
technology and
help you with that. A lot of these products you can actually go through to a nursery or hardware store and request them, and we're just going to go behind some of the tech behind them.
Awesome.
And growing plants indoors can notoriously be difficult because It's not outside in the wild environment. Look, growing plants for me in any capacity is bad. Like, there's dead. I tried tomatoes once, died. Didn't work out. So, yeah, I have a
I feel like I had a chili tree, and then the dogs ate the chili tree, and I was like, why would you eat the chili tree? And then also, I know. And then it's a Boston Terriers. And it's just like, so I was like, why are you eating the chili tree? So that was gone. So then I thought, let's go indoor. And the only thing that's really stayed alive is a succulent.
But the dogs are indoors, right?
Yes, they're indoor and they're outdoor dogs, but they'll find their way to the plant.
But the succulent's alive because you didn't have to water it.
Exactly.
Well, the first bit of technology that I think I should introduce you to
please.
is a soil meter. Now, a soil meter is like a device that sticks into the ground.
Yes.
That and can measure the dampness of the soil. Firstly, you've got to know a little bit about plants first, right?
Yeah.
You need to know what kind of dampness you're looking for. There's no quick solution to this. The technology helps you with the knowledge that you already have.
Okay.
So that is a great device that you can just just stick into the ground and measure what the soil is like.
All right, perfect. So you obviously have to do the Googling or whatever and actually go find yourself.
Well, because every plant is different, right?
Yes.
It depends. If you're growing a succulent, you kind of want a dryish soil.
Yeah.
And if you're growing a tomato, I don't know. I don't know. That's why mine died.
You see, exactly. But I mean, it's good. At least we've got tech to help us out and support us in this way. So we've got the soil, and that's the monitoring system of the dampness. Now, what else do we need technologically?
So watering spikes are a very common device. They are a way to slowly trickle water into your watering pot or into your plant pot while you're away or you forget to water the plant, which is common for me.
Yep, me too.
That allows you just to let it trickle, just using basic science. So it'll use a tube and siphon from another water container into your pot plant.
Okay.
The negative is obviously you need space next to your pot plant. The pro is you don't have to think about your plants. Or if you're going away over a long period of time, hopefully December, if everybody's vaccinated, we can maybe go on holiday. Then
holiday? What's that?
I know, right? So that's why you need one of those watering spikes. The next thing, and you actually brought this up.
Yes.
Indoors, especially now, there's not a lot of light.
No.
And a lot of the plants that we want to grow need light. That's if you did bio at school, right?
Yes.
Leaves are green because of chlorophyll. They photosynthesize. That uses light and turns it into energy, which is great. They're basically solar panels of the natural world. So different plants need different kinds of light, especially if you are bringing in plants that are from other countries or other environments and different habitats. So you need something called a lux meter. A lux meter will then read the light in that room and will then tell you if it's too much or too little. For instance, a lot of people love ferns. Ferns are very popular right now. Ferns don't like a ton of light, especially African light, because it dries them out. So you need to keep them in kind of a semi-shady place, and they need to have some light.
Yeah.
It's not like the shade is no light. There is light in shade, but it needs to be a certain lux meter temperature.
Lux
reading.
meter.
So you need to make sure it's the right reading.
That sounds like an interior decorating device as well. Like your lux meter, how luxurious is your lounge at the moment? It says that there's touch to it. So lux meter, so light monitoring, that's probably the biggest reason, and you mentioned it, is the watering, and of course the light variations inside. So you don't know which plant is actually good for the space you have and how much light you have in said space either.
And you've got, again, research the plants that you're trying to grow and make sure that you understand them, otherwise they're going to end up like my tomatoes, which I was just like, had that like little mites on them, like it was a disaster.
I would like to graduate from succulent to something else. Like that's the whole idea. Is there anything else that we require just to make sure our indoor plants is going to survive?
There are a ton of apps that you can download. Waterbot is a great one, as well as Terranium if you want to have some fun and just grow some plants in the virtual world. And just practice digitally before you get your hands green fingers. Is that what you call it?
Yes. I think so. That's it.
I know there are people watching this that are actually like into plants and nurseries and growing. They're going, this person knows nothing. I need to start applying technology to real world things. But like we're going to be doing some smart home stuff later, so I'm excited about that. That I'm good at.
Cannot wait. And also another little anecdote that Zoe shared with me. She says that if you're living on your own, your parents are coming over, put plants out because it makes sure that they know you can keep stuff alive. So that's an idea for you if you want to do this. But the technology will help you out. Grant will help you out.
Zoe's parents are just letting you know.
Yes.
It's all a ruse.
That's it. Those plants are actually not in the house. Anyway, now that I called her out, let's wrap things up. Thanks a lot, Grant. We'll actually get into some of those home gadgets that you really need. That'll be a little later in the show. It's your Feel Good Breakfast Show, Expresso here in S3.
Well, listen, from plant tech to home decor, have you ever wondered what the editor-in-chief of Modern Living and our own homeware editor, Danielle Weekly's home looks like? Well, we recently paid her a visit and she answered a few of your burning questions.
Hey guys. Welcome to my home. So nice to have you here.
How are you?
I'm good. How are you?
No complaints my side. So, what's the first thing you do in the morning?
Yoga, 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 yoga. Best way to start the day, just before coffee.
You've got an amazing collection of books. What are you currently reading?
I mean, you can tell I've always been an avid reader. I should probably give you something a lot more intelligent, but Karen Slaughter is probably one of my favorites. These are very gruesome, really glorious thrillers.
What is it like being the editor-in-chief at Modern Living?
So I think you can see that I've always loved books and I've loved reading and I love words. And that is exactly what I love about being the editor-in-chief of a brand like this. But it is also about being able to support local in such a meaningful way. So local artisans, craftspeople, designers. We work across modern living, modern wellness, modern beauty. And it's a real opportunity to get to know the amazing talent that there is in the country.
What is your favorite spot in the house?
It's the kitchen. Do you want to see it?
Of course.
Let's go. You ready to see the kitchen? This is my favorite place in the house because it is bathed in natural light and it is the home of all the caffeine, which is reason enough for me to love it more than anywhere else.
How did you incorporate black and white into your kitchen?
Well, I think black and white is such an easy decor trend to incorporate into a kitchen or a bathroom because you can play with hardware like appliances and toppings and tiles as much as you can do the soft stuff like beautiful dishes and tea services and little serving plates. So it's a great way to play with something as a good base. And I think that's what we did here.
So, what is your favorite item in your house?
It's not a favorite item, it's favorite items, and it is the local art that I absolutely love. Even in the kitchen, I've got quite a few pieces. So above my head is a light box of Table Mountain and Cape Town by Chris Swift. And these are by Sean Gaylord. They're architectural city guides of Joburg and Cape Town. These two are new. They're illustrator Nana Fenter. But come, I want to show you the rest. And let me show you this piece as well. This is a leather piece by the accessories and handbag designer Chloe Townsend, but I absolutely love it, the jungle eyes. This piece is also Chloe Townsend, and what I really love about it is the golden orb. I think gold and those tones are so amazing for a bedroom. It's exactly why I love candles in a bedroom. I think even if you don't have the luxury of a fireplace, the idea of being able to dim the lights by lighting a few candles is amazing.
Again, you've used a lot of black and white in your bedroom. Tell me more.
I think what I love about black and white, and particularly in bedding, is the fact that you can really color block stuff so that it's graphic. And it's so easy to do, so much simpler than trying to find patterns or seasonal items. But a beautiful white duvet cover. I particularly love this waffle weave from Woolworths. A really silky, beautiful throw that adds texture and a little bit of luxury, especially in winter. Makes for a really dynamic looking bed without it being something that you're potentially going to get sick of or that you have to invest in over and over again.
What decor item would you consider a quick fix?
I think you can see from this bed that my decor item would have to be a scatter cushion. I absolutely love them. They are high on impact and they're very affordable in terms of being able to mix something up. So a beautiful cozy knitted cushion like this one, these graphic prints, they're a really simple way of changing up a look so that you can move things around and just have like an all white bed. You can take these away and really go for something that's like a lot darker in its whole mood and feel, particularly if you had to use the throw to take over the whole bed. It has a completely different feel then. You can start seeing how that would work in a completely different way. And I think that for me is what makes them so incredibly versatile and great even for decor if you want to move them into the lounge. If you get bored of them in your bedroom, it's like move them along and try something else.
What decor advice would you give someone?
I mean, I think the best piece of decor advice I could give anybody is to invest in a really good monochromatic background background palette. So black and white, obviously a fantastic choice. It's graphic but easy to use with anything, any colors, any seasonal changes you want to make. So a really good place to start and a good place to invest.
Thank you so much for having us.
I have a magazine to edit, you guys. Get out of here.
Of course, let us leave you to be, and good luck with the next edition.
Yeah.
I didn't expect anything less from Danielle Weekly because, wow.
She's trendy. She's
Fashion
fashion forward. She is a trendsetter of note.
Elegant.
Wow, she's elegant. It's an eleganza. Now, here's the inspiration for you. It's the fact that you can go out and get these at Woolworths in-store, online, and on the Woolworths app. It's all about the textures and bringing all of those together in just two colors, those black and white.
Now, remember, the quality sale is still on. You can get up to 50% off selected fashion, beauty, and homeware items. Don't miss out. Shop it now at Woolworths.
Taste that says you've arrived. Living a life of illusion, leaving your finances on the rocks. In this world of Bazotina Bantu, do you want a bank that takes your money or a bank that takes your money seriously?
It's my feel-good breakfast show.
Bring nature into your home and celebrate Woolies' unique floral heritage with their exquisite, and I mean exquisite, indigenous fynbos. We've got Beverly Rod, Woolies product developer, on the line right now to tell us a bit more about these unbelievably gorgeous flowers. I feel pretty just by standing in the presence of these flowers. Beverly, a very good morning. How are you?
I'm good, thanks. How are you?
Oh, doing really well. It's amazing how flowers can elevate your mood, but when you see this kind of range that celebrates South Africa in such a unique and beautiful way, it's even better. Tell us a bit more about what makes this range so special.
So the Cape Floral Kingdom is really unique and diverse and is home to fynbos, which is indigenous to the Western Cape. And at Woolies, we really love local and celebrate our local heritage by offering one of the largest ranges of indigenous in the world. We've also been on a journey to remove packaging from this range, and so you'll see a lot of the products are either wrapped in paper craft or no wrapping at all.
I love that, because you help the consumers make the right kind of choice, and people will back it. I would imagine designers, especially people filling spaces, are going to run to this. Maybe take us through the products on this stand specifically, because it feels like we've got an entire mountain's worth of fynbos, like right here on this table. Walk us through what we're looking at right now.
So we'll start with one of our proteas, which is our hero product, the Venus. And this is a hybrid product that was discovered on a farm near Stellenbosch. And it peaks now in winter. And it's on promotion actually at the moment for 99 Rand for 3 stems.
Wow.
We then also have our King Protea, which is our national flower. And this, we basically have one of each variety on the counter throughout the year. And then we also have our beautiful and vibrant pin cushions, and these are coming from KwaZulu-Natal, and they'll run until October. And then we also have blushing brides. These are known as Sororia Florida. And interestingly enough, they were almost extinct at one stage and then rediscovered after a fire. And so we incorporate these into some of our beautiful bouquets, which you'll see there with roses, and really just to highlight the indigenous throughout the year.
Majestic, absolutely beautiful. What a way to celebrate the country. So you mentioned the King Proteas. I mean, you get King Proteas and then you get King Proteas. What range of King Proteas does Woolies offers, and what are these absolute, they look like a magical creation sitting next to me here.
Yeah, so we offer our normal pink kings, as well as the Arctic Ice, which is pure white, as also red kings, and then another variety called Madiba, which is named after our former president, Nelson Mandela. Then we also, very exciting, have that King Grand, which you're referring to, which is named after its huge head size. This is exclusive to us and is available in stores in September to October.
Ah, stunning.
Another interesting fact about King Proteas is that they actually take approximately 3 to 4 years to become fully grown. So it really does make you appreciate their beauty.
It's a centerpiece. That's exactly what it is. As I mentioned, I think designers are going to absolutely love this, but what a way to bring the floral influence into your home. It's beautiful. So how do you get the best out of your indigenous products once you have them?
Well, it's actually really easy. Proteas are extremely thirsty, so you can just place them in a really nice, tall, clean glass. There's no need to trim the stems, and you can just remove the leaves from the base so that they don't come into contact with the water, and then just top it up regularly with water.
Let them drink and then just soak it all up yourself. Thank you so much. I never thought I'd be this emotional and this affected by beautiful flowers, but I love the fact that this is indigenous and that you have given this platform to local flora in this way. It's just amazing. So well done to you and your team. You have done an amazing job with this range.
Thank you.
Cannot wait to fill my home with these indigenous beauties. We want you to stay tuned because Chef Clem is going to be showing us a very clever flower styling trend that makes your bunch look fuller and lusher. So stay tuned.
So, Clem, rumor has it that you have a flower arrangement hack that is going to blow our minds. We just saw the flowers there with G, but I figured let's do a hack. Let's do a bit, get floral together. It's very weird for me. We are in the kitchen now, and I'm not wearing an apron. We're not cooking anything. So I'm weirded out at the moment. Like, I feel like you're going to make me bite one of these flowers or what?
It's actually edible. No, it's not. No, it's not.
It's not. But
okay, talk to me.
You've seen me work with self-raising flour.
Can I just discuss?
It wasn't
Was this deliberate?
It wasn't me.
Did they give you... This is a coil pot and a clem pot. I'm just saying this looks like us standing here right now.
Let's swap.
Yeah, let's do
swap.
it. Thank you.
Okay,
cool.
so like I was saying, you see me work with self-raising flour, cake flour, bread flour, but I also work with flours.
Okay, this makes sense though. I think this is probably the best flour. So talk to me about the hack that we need, okay?
So the thing about Proteas is they're quite top-heavy.
I hear they're really good in the batting order as well.
Absolutely.
At the moment.
Absolutely.
Yeah. Sorry, what? What? Okay, continue.
Are they? Just joking, yes they are. But how beautiful are they? So if you want to try and arrange it, because they're top heavy, sometimes they kind of move around in the vase and you don't get a lot of you can't really manage where they are positioned.
I agree with you, and also sometimes you want to arrange it quite quickly, but then you get that lean. Lean with it.
Lean with it.
Rock with it. Okay, so, by the way, what type of protea? Is this a king protea, queen protea, prince protea?
Is it the queen, right?
This is...
Talking to the guys...
Protea.
It's a Venus...
A Venus protea.
Protea.
That's it.
Yes.
That's it. Cool.
Guys at home, we actually have a panel at the back, especially all around the kitchen. They just to make sure HR's in the background, we have fact checkers, we have everyone in the back, because we say things.
We do.
So...
unfortunately. So this is a Venus protea. Yes. So that's what correct. I'm more of a Serena protea, but I mean, we'll handle the Venuses now. Okay. Right. Talk to me.
So what the first thing you do is, if there's any little straggly leaves at the bottom, you take those off.
So
okay. You gotta have so it's a crown on the top, and you gotta have like a little bit of a plumage at the bottom.
I like that.
And then present the stalk. So make sure you clean all of those off. Then you get your tape. Get a clear tape, because that's where this whole hack comes in. Okay.
Tape. Ready.
Ready. And this is nice tape because you don't need it. Scissors, you just kind of tear as you go.
Is it a tear tape?
It's a tear tape.
Oh my word.
Okay, so what you're gonna do is you're going to we're gonna, as we lattice a pie.
All right.
We're gonna lattice the top of our vase.
The lattice.
The lattice.
All right.
So break a nice piece.
Lattice, you say?
Lattice.
Okay,
We're gonna do this together.
I'm ready to do this.
Just make sure when you're done, just so you don't.
Just so you don't what? Yours just fell down. That's how you hack things, ladies and gentlemen.
Do as I say.
Yes, I knew it.
Okay. So we've got our first piece down.
Let's do it. So I'm gonna try and do this delicately.
What I suggest is.
By the way, I'm just getting thrown back into Christmas vibes now. I went straight back there with the tape. Okay, let's go.
I get you. So let's work horizontally first.
Right.
Okay. And we're gonna create as many little lines as we can.
Okay. We're gonna do that together. I'm looking forward to. Mine's very, very neat at the moment. You're welcome.
Are you someone who likes to spend time just decorating your home?
I do. And I was actually telling Grant earlier about the fact that I want to do some indoor plants. It's just that they just keep on dying, because I don't think I have enough light, and also I just don't think I have enough skill with regard to indoor plants. So I'm trying my best here.
So definitely start with some flower arrangements and keep plants alive. I always say, try the Woolies potted herbs.
Yes.
Because, I mean, they're the gift that keeps on giving. So you get your fresh herbs.
I've been looking at those. I've just been afraid because my track record is so bad with flowers at the moment that I'm thinking I'm going to kill some sort of rosemary on the windowsill.
It's fine to get dried rosemary. So, what I want to say is, I like what you're doing.
Yeah.
But if you want to make it a little neater,
yes,
try not to have a bit of overhang. Overhang of your tape.
Okay.
So just kind of, you can see where I've tried to keep it as just like...
sorry, man. This was actually my rule. What I'm going to do is later, I'm going to take a little bit of a cutter and I'm going to do lines. I'm actually going to teach you a hack. And what I'll do is right there, I'm going to bring it across there. I don't have it with me now, but that's how I'll clean it up.
Okay, I like it. Okay,
Thank you. You're
let's
welcome.
turn it around. So now we're going to go, those lines that we've now made horizontal, we're going to make them vertical, and we're going to go across again.
Okay,
this is you got to go to a place when you do this. You got to have a song in your head. You got to go somewhere. You got to have a thought in your mind. So Carl, where are you?
At the moment, I am back because I mean we're dealing with tape.
You said, but you did say Christmas. You did say Christmas.
I'm actually it's Christmas in my head, and I'm singing good songs. I'm thinking about cricket. But that's obviously a Protea thing. I'm thinking about so many different things at the moment. I'm thinking about songs, joy. Thinking about you as well.
Thank you.
All just connected. I'm just doing that.
Thank you. Okay, so when you're done, you should have like a pie lattice over the top.
A pie lattice, you say?
A pie lattice. And then what you've also done is you created these little spaces, little squares, that will perfectly hold your Proteas in place.
Okay.
And also make sure that you clean your vase out. Then you add your water. Okay, so there you go there.
Got a lot of overhang there, but that's why I have the cutters.
It's fine.
All right.
And as they go in, you can go to the front, and you just work in all those little spaces that you've created.
Oh my!
And it'll hold it nicely in place.
Oh
so
my!
even if
this
you have
is gorgeous.
If you have 3 proteas, because that's what you get in the bunch.
Yes.
You've got them in the. You present them in the front, and they'll stay in the front because you've got those spaces.
Right.
And you can fill it up with more feinbos at the back.
I now realize why they gave you the bigger bowl. I can no longer see over mine.
It's okay. It's fine.
Just, yeah, I get it now. I get it. They should have given me the smaller bowl. It's fine. Right, look at this.
How do you... I feel like...
Oh, my word. This is gorgeous. Look at me go. I feel this is fantastic.
Right?
I love this. And this it can work for anything.
Like?
It can. It can work for roses. It can work for sunflowers that have quite a large stem as well. This
quite a
could be
girthy
really
stem as well. So this will like fit in there perfectly. It'll hold it in place. I like it. And like the fact that there's such a variety when you go to Woolies.
Yes.
Just complement it with another color, or just present them as they are. But complement it with like a other bit of feinbos in there. Get creative with it. And another tip.
Yeah.
Another tip. 2 to 3 days is how long this water can sit in there. Then you got to swap it out a bit.
Okay.
Right.
And do you have any? What can I throw into the water to make it last longer? Anything that I can
Put
throw?
a plant food in there.
Okay,
get
perfect.
that in there. But the fresh water is really great.
Fresh water works.
And what about proteas? They stay this beautiful for such a long time. It's local. I mean, it's a protea.
It's a protea. And honestly, support the proteas by getting proteas. Get their hack. And, of course, a lot of seasonal flowers available to you at woolworths.co.za. I think mine actually looks better than
yours. Is
Thank you.
Amazing.
I know. It's really good. I actually beat the chef now.
You did.
You're welcome. It's amazing.
It's my feel-good breakfast show.
Welcome back to it, you gorgeous people. Your feel-good breakfast show. It's Expresso live on S3 Thursday morning. Time to open up to some technology. It's time to upgrade your house to a smart home with, guess what? Guess what? You don't have to be a tech wizard to turn your house into one.
Okay.
And we're joined this morning by our tech guru, who is, yes, a tech wizard, Grant Hines. But we've also got Syntech Channel Sales Manager, Angelo Collison, to find out how exactly you and I and Graham can start dipping our toes into the smart home world with affordable and innovative items from Show Me and loot.co.za. So they're going to be making sure that your home is smarter, simplify your life at the same time.
And just cool. Let's be honest, guys. Just cool. I've been sitting here just marveling at the coolness of everything that's going on in this table. Gents, welcome to it. Welcome back, my boy. You brought some cool toys with you this time. But let's start in the first place. What is a smart home, guys? What goes into contributing towards a smart home?
Well, essentially, a smart home is a range of internet-enabled devices and appliances that allows you to control various attributes of your home. So things like your lighting, your home entertainment system, security features like access control, all through an internet-enabled device. So
simple as that.
It's
a lot of fun.
It's mind-blowing to think that you can control stuff in your house just using the internet. I mean, I think that we're living in what we thought a couple of years ago is the future. But there's a wide range of smart home devices available online. What are some of the top ones when it comes to, you know, what's selling and what people are really gunning out for and what people are getting in their homes?
Cool. Well, we've got a selection in front of us available from loot.co.za of the most popular and probably the most easily integratable devices, all under Xiaomi. And I think worldwide, Xiaomi probably has the widest selection of smart devices within its ecosystem. And pricing, quality, tech that's punched into that, it's really amazing.
The right balance of.
Absolutely.
Okay, so let's get specific here. Presumably, where most people would be comfortable is with a smart speaker. Okay.
Yes, so
what do you
I
got?
actually have a lot of this tech at home because, you know, I love
you.
I love having a smart home.
I expect you brought this from home. That's what I think. Yeah.
I'll show it off. But the smart speaker is what you see on the right over there, on my right, your left. And it's a speaker that allows you to talk and communicate with different devices in the house. It also connects to the speaker, to the Wi-Fi. And you can ask it questions like, what is the weather, etc., all that kind of stuff. But in the ecosystem of a smart home, obviously, you can play music and play whatever your favorite one, but you can control devices. So I'm actually, see the bedside lamp on the side over there?
Yes.
It is blue, right?
Right now it's blue.
Okay, so I've named it the Expresso lamp. So I'm going to go, okay, Google, make the Expresso lamp pink. And then it will change its color to the tone. I've actually got it on max brightness, so that's why it looks that way.
Can you make it
what color would you like it?
Green, please, green.
Make the Expresso lamp green.
Can you?
So you can change the ambiance of your house, and that's just one of all of these Xiaomi devices.
I feel like those guys at the beginning of Space Odyssey. I just want like a big stone club, like a bone, a dinosaur bone. Go,
but it's incredible because you can match the lighting in your room with your mood, so people don't have to wonder. Hey, honey, are you in a bad mood?
For my 4-year-old's room for a nightlight. This is beautiful.
But lights is where it starts. There's also like this vacuum cleaner.
I know, so absolutely. So imagine a world where your floors are clean all day long, every day, forever.
Is that world possible for someone like me?
I'm telling you, this is before
Xiaomi gives you that utopia. So this is the Mi robot mop vacuum, and all you're going to do is, well, you can control it via your app. So Grant has lots of experience with this, and it will go for about 2.5 hours, immediately vacuuming, sucking, cleaning your home,
scaring the living daylights out of your
cat. Carry on with your life.
What I like about this particular device is that obviously I can literally tell the speaker to clean my home. I go like, you know, clean the house, and it will clean the house for me. But it also mops as well. So you can attach a mop to the back. Yeah, Graham. So you attach a mop attachment to the back of it. It takes a water canister in the middle that you just refill, and as it vacuums, it mops what's left behind.
So it moves.
You don't understand. I've got a 1.5-year-old, a 4-year-old, 2 dogs, and a cat.
Look at that.
Okay, you don't understand how much this could potentially change my life.
Job sorted.
So all of these products are available on Loot, and if you don't see them in stock and you want them, I do recommend getting the whole ecosystem because that's the benefit, right? You can actually just put it on your wish list. You just click on the heart button and add it to your wish list, and then you can get it at some point.
Okay, absolutely. So the one thing we know about a lot of people right now is that they're working from home. We're all working from home, but because you're working from home, you find yourself working at night as well. So a desk lamp is important, otherwise you're stuck with
and also aesthetics are very important as well.
100%.
Let's talk about this one you brought along with you.
So we've got the Xiaomi Desk Lamp Pro. Amazing. So first of all, amazing quality design. You'll see the sleekness of it, has a nice weight to it as well.
So slick.
But what makes it special, so a lot of people don't understand the quality of lighting and what effect that actually has on the health of your eyes. So what an LED lamp allows you to do, especially this one, it has anti-flicker technology, anti-blue light technology, and the bright white light, funny enough, it allows you to concentrate a lot better. Now, you should never be working under warm light, but what the LED allows you to do is to actually change it to warm light. So when you're getting cozy and you're reading your book at night before you go to sleep, you just change the light.
Change the ambience. Hey, guys, I've done a lot of study into flickering lights and blue lights and what it does for a child and their concentration, especially late at night. This is important, man.
Yeah, and also all of these things are controlled, again, as a smart home with your voice, and you can set them on routine. So not only is your voice the controller, but you can go, when I arrive at home at 6 o'clock at night, the lights turn on to save electricity and to make sure that your environment, as you enter that environment, is as nice as possible.
Please play Sade and turn the lights blue.
Here we go. Here we go.
Romantic anniversary evening there.
Okay. Game changers, gentlemen. Thank you so much.
Just last point, you know what's really amazing about this? So you have one of these in your kitchen and you're going around and you literally ask Google, give me a recipe. Or you want to convert pounds to kilograms, or you want to convert Fahrenheit to degrees Celsius.
Okay, there's basically nothing you can't do with these, and they're all tech controlled. Really great brands.
What is the score line right now? You know what I'm saying? Oh, this is a game changer. Thank you so much, guys. Xiaomi Robot Vacuum Mop Pro looks amazing. And we are going to give one away. So to enter, all you have to do is tell us which Xiaomi smart home device you'd like to get from loot.co.za. We've made it impossibly difficult now. I'm so sorry about that. But you can drop by and link to that item on the competition post. Then don't forget to use the hashtag MyRobotVacuum or MyRobotVacuum in your answer, and the T's and C's can be found on expressoshow.com, and the competition runs up until Friday, so you've got min time to get on this, but up until midnight, in fact. That's going to be a game changer. If you've got young kids like me, dude, you don't understand
everything.
So we really say get on it. It's the Xiaomi My Robot Vacuum Mop Pro, and it actually vacuums and mops.
Yes, and it's valued at $6,499, so you want to make sure you get that. Listen, thank you very much, gents, for all of that. We can go on all day about this fantastic tech. Right now, though, time for us to find out what's happening in the world. Here's Jamie Lee and the news.
Shop over 19 million products across 18 categories and get it couriered to your door with our contactless and safe delivery. So shop local, stay home, stay safe, and shop online with loot.co.za.
Well, it's 2 minutes after 8 o'clock. Time to have a final look at those news headlines, starting with your national news. Now, South African gun owners are rejecting proposed amendments to the Firearms Control Act, which, among other things, seeks to outlaw gun ownership for self-defense, restrict the types of firearms that security companies can use, and also limit sports shooting and hunting firearms. Now, in a letter addressed to President Cyril Ramaphosa, South African Gun Owners Association chairperson Damien Enslin said their plea was, and I quote, that the draconian Firearms Control Amendment Bill be withdrawn. Now, the bill, if passed, would also severely restrict the possession and collection of ammunition. And then the South African Reserve Bank says that the looting and unrest over the past week have resulted in some banking infrastructure being damaged, including ATMs. Now, the central bank said that ATMs are equipped with technology to stain banknotes in case of attack. This process then defaces them so that they carry no monetary value for people who invade ATMs. Now, members of the public are thus urged not to accept these banknotes and to report such incidents to the nearest police station. And then looking to news further abroad, at least 17 Bengali migrants drowned in a shipwreck off Tunisia as they tried to cross the Mediterranean to Italy from Libya yesterday. Some 380 were rescued by the Coast Guard. Now, Tunisian authorities said the boat had set off from Zuwara on Libya's northwest coast, carrying migrants from Syria, Egypt, Sudan, Eritrea, Mali and Bangladesh. Now, hundreds of thousands of people have made the perilous Mediterranean crossing in recent years, many of them fleeing conflict and poverty in Africa and the Middle East. And then the head of the Tokyo 2020 Organizing Committee does not rule out cancelling the Olympic Games. Toshiro Muto said he would keep an eye on infection numbers and hold discussions. Now, more than 70 people associated with the Games have already tested positive ahead of tomorrow's opening ceremony. Meanwhile, the head of the World Health Organization, Dr. Tedros Adhanom Ghebreyesus, said the Tokyo Olympics should go ahead as the world needed the Olympics now as a celebration of hope. And then next, an inspiring story concerning a rescued aardwolf. Now, in November last year, we shared the beautiful story of how the Johannesburg Wildlife Veterinary Hospital had rescued a rare orphaned aardwolf cub, now, which weighed just over 1 kilogram after she'd been spotted by a border collie on a Northwest Province farm. A team from the hospital collected her, Maple as she was named, soon then started to thrive, gaining weight and eating a varied diet that she would eat in the wild. And then by December, she was doing enrichment tasks that mimicked how her life would be back in nature. And that's where she is right now, living her life to the full thanks to a second chance. Now, the hospital shared Maple's inspiring story with the dodo, whose videos are viewed by millions of animal lovers worldwide. The dodo is using Maple's story to raise funds for this amazing wildlife veterinary hospital where indigenous animals are treated free of charge. What an inspiring story for Maple. Well, that is where I leave your news headlines here on your Feel Good Breakfast Show. Here's a last look at the sport headlines with G.
Thank you so much, Jamie. A lot to catch up on after yesterday's action. Let's start with the Currie Cup and some big wins for the Cheetahs and the Griquas. So, tries by Duncan Saal, David Brits, Ruan Pina and Cohen Jasper secured a 38-21 victory for the Cheetahs over Western Province in Bloemfontein. This was the men from Bloem's second win in the campaign, much needed. And in our other fixture, Griquas wing Edouard Keita, he scored 4 tries to guide his team to a 41-31 win over the Lions in Johannesburg. Then 6 teams will be in Currie Cup action this weekend when the competition resumes. Now on to international rugby. As expected, Alan Wynne-Jones will captain the British and Irish Lions in the first test against the Springboks at Cape Town Stadium on Saturday. Head coach Warren Gatland named his team to face South Africa and has included 3 Scottish players for the first time in 24 years. Of course, we expected to see SA-born Duan van der Merwe. He'll be making his Lions test debut out on the wing. And the 3-match test series will be played at the Cape Town Stadium at 6 p.m. on 3 successive Saturdays from the 24th of July this Saturday to the 7th of August. Now we turn to the Olympics. A brace by Stina Blackstenius and a goal by substitute Lena Hurtig secured a stunning 3-0 win for Sweden over the world champions the United States at the women's football tournament at the Tokyo Olympics. So USA had been unbeaten for 30 months before their shock loss to Sweden, so quite an upset. And other women's footballing results from the Olympic Games: Netherlands, they secured an impressive 10 goals to thrash Zambia 10-3. Brazil beat China 5-0. Host Japan and Canada couldn't be drawn. They drew 1-1. Australia beat neighbours New Zealand 2-1. And then Great Britain, they claimed a 2-0 win over Chile. And now on to basketball. The Milwaukee Bucks have recorded a 105-98 victory over the Phoenix Suns to win their first NBA title for 50 years. The man at the center of it all, the Greek freak Giannis Antetokounmpo, scoring 50 points along with 14 rebounds and 5 blocks to guide his team to the win in front of some 17,000 spectators. So the 26-year-old has since now been named regular season MVP, the NBA Finals MVP, and won the NBA award for Defensive Player of the Year, all certainly justified. Well, that's where we leave our sporting headlines for now. Crazy weather across the globe right now. Let's get an update on some of those temperatures for South Africa today.
Thanks a lot, G. Crazy weather indeed. The SA Weather Service says more snow and heavy rain can be expected today, and Gauteng is in for freezing weather as the cold front moves from the Western Cape to the central parts of the country. 4 warnings have been issued. Now, there's a yellow level 3 for snow, leading to possible loss of livestock and crops over the high-lying areas of the Western and Eastern Cape, the southern interior of the Northern Cape, and the southern Free State. A yellow level 2 warning for disruptive rain along the coast and adjacent interior between Plettenberg Bay and the Fish River. resulting in localized flooding has also been issued. Moreover, 2 yellow level 2 warnings were issued for damaging winds expected along the south coast spreading to the east, as well as the huge waves of between 5 and 7 meters in height between Saldanha and Plettenberg Bay. Now, while we enjoy learning about our own country, South Africa, we do have some international viewers tuning in on both YouTube and the Africa channel in the US of A. And so for our final international city feature, we took some inspiration from the upcoming Olympics to report on Tokyo, Japan. Originally a fishing village named Edo, the city became a prominent political center in 1603. Tokyo is a political and economic center of the country, as well as the seat of the Emperor of Japan and the national government. As of 2021, the prefecture has an estimated population of 13,960,236. The Olympics is set to take place in Tokyo this year after being postponed for only the 6th time in history in 2020, this time due to the COVID-19 pandemic. The opening ceremony will be airing tomorrow, the 23rd of June at 8 p.m. Japan time, which will be 1 p.m. here in South Africa. For any viewers wanting to tune in, get to SABC2. Now we move on to our favorite part of the show, where we get to showcase beautiful sunrise photos taken around the country. Starting off this morning, Abigail Peterson from Worcester captured this beautiful photo showing tones of blue, pink and orange spread across the sky as the day begins. And George Gregory Noble took this great shot looking towards the mountains in the distance. What a stunning view to start your day off. Thanks a lot, Gregory. At 7 a.m. we showed off this photo from Jacques Penacon from Durban, shared this beautiful shot of the sun rising over the ocean. And last but not least, Robin Monique Lowe sent through this stunning photo showing the sky glowing in the distance just before the sun comes up. Tomorrow we are journeying, well, virtually, of course, to the UK to learn more about the country and its culture. So we're actually asking you to share any pictures with us. If you have been to the UK or if you've lived there, we want you to share as much as you can. We'd love to see some of those great photos you've captured in England on the Expresso Facebook page so we can showcase you tomorrow. On to our local temperatures. Polokwane, let's start with you. 0, you can expect this morning to a high of 17. Bombela, minimum of 6 to 28. Pretoria, 0 to 14. Johannesburg, 0 to 10. Mahikeng, -2, that goes up to 14. Klerksdorp, -4, and you jump up to 12. In the morning for Kimberley, -4. 10 is where you go later. Bloemfontein, -3 to 8. Richards Bay, 9 to 18. Pietermaritzburg, 0 to 18 for you. Durban, 10 is where you start. 20 this afternoon. Mthatha, you can expect 2 this morning. 12 later. East London, 7 to 11. 25% chance of some precipitation. Strong winds expected there. Cradock, -2, and that goes up to 5. Gqeberha, you've got 8 to 12. A 74% chance of rain. George, 5 to 10. A 68% chance for you. Cape Town, 6 to 13, a 55% chance of precipitation. Worcester, -1 is where you start. Later, you'll be 9. Sutherland, you're at a minimum of -5 degrees Celsius. So please stay as warm as you can. 3 later, and then, of course, Uppington, -3, and that's to a maximum of 13 degrees Celsius. That wraps up your weather action for the morning at Feel Good Breakfast Show. Do stand by because the temperature is rising in studio as we introduce our guest.
Yes, indeed. The temperature is rising here in our studio. We're rising all the way up to 100 degrees on your Feel Good Breakfast Show. We're joined this morning by singer and songwriter Kyle Jonah as he's kicking off his performances, which we have been waiting for all morning. It's an exclusive rendition of his upcoming single with Robin X. It's called Broken Crayons. Jonah, do your thing.
Some pieces still fit perfectly, like petals on a flower. The journey's always meant to be, 'cause we got cracks in our hearts and it lights up a small part every time that you smile. Oh, I swear you come alive. Take your head, keep it high, know the limit is the sky. 'Cause broken crayons, they still color. You could try to break me, nothing you could say to change my shade to something other than what it's meant to be. A little closer, you will see. You'll find more than just 1,000 words. My picture's so much deeper, so much it could speak of. Keep it moving through whatever. 'Cause broken crayons, they still
feel some type of way. You don't have to say, I see it in your face. We should get away. We just need a break from the pain. 'Cause we got cracks in our hearts, and it lights up a small part every time that you smile. Oh, I swear you come alive. Take your hand, keep it high. Know the limit is the sky. 'Cause broken crayons, they still color. You could try to break me, nothing you could say to change my shade to something other than what it's meant to be. A little closer, you'll see. You'll find more than just 1,000 words. My picture's so much deeper, so much it could speak of. Keep it moving through whatever. 'Cause broken crayons, they still color. They do. They do. Oh, they color.
Come on, yes. Whoa, yes. Wow, wow, wow. Now that is how you set the mood on a Thursday morning. Ah, broken crayons. Yes, they do still color. I love that. That is a taste of what you can expect from this Menza upcoming project. You can let us know what you thought of the music. Expresso Morning Show, SABC3. You are a star.
Thank you.
Yes.
You
Damn.
It's my feel-good breakfast show.
Welcome back to Feel Good Breakfast Show. This is Expresso on S3. Now, if you have a dog in the house, I have 4, by the way. You can actually call them right now because we are about to teach you some really fun and easy tricks. And here to show us exactly how we need to do tricks. I mean, we have a certified animal behavior consultant who is just standing by and ready. And then also there's little Bear here. So welcome. Thank you so much for being here. You are such a star. And we trust you.
He was talking to Bear.
No, I know. I'm waiting, I know.
Sorry, you're welcome to.
You're also great, Jared.
Yes, Bear, you teach all the dogs. Ready? No. Okay.
I'm just a happy dog, yeah. I'm just he's the happiest guy.
He loves being here. We walked into the studio. He's like, oh, I get to work again. We're on TV. So excited. Yes.
Oh, so let's get started. Where do we get started when trying to bring out the best? Because that's ultimately what this is you're not forcing your dog to do this. You're getting them to expand their repertoire of ways that they can engage and enjoy life. So where do we start?
So when we teach dogs tricks or behaviors, You start with the basics first. So the first thing you need is a dog, and you need a dog, and you need, I'm happy Bear's all full of bounce this morning, because you want a dog that's in a good mood.
Yeah.
So don't train your dog when they're tired, or if they're too hyper. You want sort of a good, happy mood with them. You need some treats.
Okay.
Now,
Did you hear that? Treats.
If you have 4 dogs, like other people I know.
My treat budget
Yes.
is out of this world.
You take one piece and you break it.
But that's exactly what I do.
Exactly.
But if you have more than one dog, don't train them all at the same time.
Yeah.
Okay? When you're teaching your dog something new, it's best to only have one dog so they can actually focus on what you're doing. Yeah.
Okay, so one at a time. I do have, so I pride myself in my little army. So when it is treat time, all 4 of them will sit in front of me. All 4 of them will give me paw, and then all 4 of them will, with a snap of the finger, then they can eat their treat.
Brilliant.
So that's the, but I agree, because they will distract each other.
Yes.
And they get distracted, trust me. They're like you and I.
Yeah.
As soon as we get, what?
What?
Sorry?
Huh?
Where are we? You see, so I get you. One dog at a time.
One dog at a time. And see, your dogs all know how to do a sit. But now, what I'd like to show is how to teach a sit.
Okay.
Please.
Yeah, because not everybody knows, and it seems like an obvious thing, but there's some very easy step-by-step instructions to get your dog to do a sit. So,
I feel like we're dumbing it down for Bear. Like, this is like...
Yeah, this is
a 1 and he could do a 10, you know?
It is, you know, but that's okay. He's showing everyone what an expert looks like. No, I'm just kidding.
Hey, I love it.
Okay, so I've got some treats in my hand. Now, I have Bear's breakfast that I'm using as treats. You can use delicious, exciting treats, but if you're worried about your dog's waistline, which you should be careful of...
I've got 2 sausage dogs.
And you've got to be watching the sausage.
You're constantly managing.
Absolutely.
The Boston Terriers, they run the fat off.
Yeah.
Yeah,
often.
Most of them.
Yeah.
Careful.
Oh, okay.
So, but just when you're at home, just use their normal food rather than feeding them for free, as I say.
Oh.
So to teach a dog to sit, it's sort of a 3-step process. So I've got a treat in my hand, and then what I'm going to do is I'm going to lift my hand back toward Bear's eyes about 2 centimeters, which is going to make his tail go down.
Oh, check it out.
Hey, magic. Because there's a little magic trick I'm going to teach you and everybody listening who has a dog. Your dog's body follows their nose. So no matter what position you move the dog's nose, the rest of their body follows.
Magnet?
It's a magic magnet.
Yeah, this is magic.
So rather than pushing your dog into any position, you use the nose, body following the nose, to get them there. And sit's a perfect example.
Oh, I can't wait.
Okay, so what you're saying is that we're starting off with body language.
Yes.
When would you introduce a command, a verbal command?
Good question. So the time you want to introduce the command is just as their tail starts to head to the ground. So I'm going to go, sit. Now, obviously, Bears knows sit, but if you were teaching a dog for the first time, this is exactly what you would do. Don't say sit when they're dancing around and looking a little bit confused. Wait until you only want to say the word as the behavior is happening.
So you can trigger that connection, that synapse.
So you're going to go, sit, like that. Over and over and over again.
I see. So there is repetition vitally important for these dogs programs?
I love that.
And I suppose it doesn't have to be sit. You can tell the dog to chill as well.
You could say the word chill. You could say it. You could say it in a different language.
Platz.
Yes, Platz. You could be German about it. Yes, you can say it in any language. But it's true, and it's a good point you bring up, because dogs don't speak English or German or French or Afrikaans, but they learn whatever word is associated with it. So you can call it anything you want.
Oh,
but
that's
sit
great.
is an easy way to remember. At ease.
Yes. At ease. Oh, come on, that was the best.
I'm going to retrain my dog. I'm going to go
Use
and
the
retrain
force.
my dog.
Yes.
What are some of the common mistakes we make when trying? Well, I'm sure there are many, but those that are most common when trying to teach our dogs to sit specifically.
The biggest problem I see when people are teaching dogs to sit is they lift their hand too high. So what can happen, for example, is if you go, sit. Oh, now Bear's not going to do it. Dogs often jump.
Awesome, yeah.
So, for example, they might stand up, and if you lift it too high, you'll get a dog that bounces.
They want to
So with my younger dogs, that's exactly what happens. If you don't, so when I was training them, they were the ones to jump up to because they want to get the treat ultimately. But what you want to do is strengthen and positively reinforce the behavior for the dog's little mind to say that the behavior is connected to me getting the treat, provided that I do this particular thing.
Exactly. And practically all it means is keep your finger on their nose. If your hand goes off their nose, they're going to jump, keep it on their nose and go back.
What's a reasonable time frame for it to set in?
Also a very good question. So I think one of the other biggest mistakes owners make is they assume their dog understands before they do. So truly it takes a few hundred repetitions before dogs understand a word and they understand a behavior reliably. So if you do this at home, like at mealtime, and then you go to your friend's house, they might not do it because they only understand it sort of in that context.
I think my dog does that to embarrass me. You can do the trick perfectly well, but when I've got to do it in public, then you'll just embarrass me.
Because you haven't practiced in public.
Well, look, I mean, it takes a human 800 repetitions to get physical muscle memory, so just think about that. Think about that brain-body connection.
Exactly. Hundreds of reps.
Oh, Bear, you're a champion, dude. Yeah, check. You are a champion. At ease. At ease,
Come over
Bear.
here. Why don't you sit down there? Why don't you sit down? Go for it.
Oh, airdrop.
There we go. Oh, yes, airdrop.
Cruel, cruel human being.
Budget treats.
Awesome. We're going to get into some more tricks and, of course, bring in another superstar to show off his extreme talents right here.
Before we get into the tricks, let's talk about treats, because in an ever-changing world, one thing that has always stood the test of time really is that nostalgia of our favorite home-cooked meals, lekker man. Whether it was scones on a Sunday with Oma or magwinya with gogo, we all have, you know, very fond memories which take us straight home. Now, thanks to these amazing memories, we've been inspired to create even more special moments with our loved ones by bringing you these delicious snowflake, peppermint, choc tart jars. It is a mouthful, but it is a fresh take on the old favorite peppermint fridge tart, you know, that we all love, being one of South Africa's most loved desserts. And of course, you're going to show us how to make this. This is my kryptonite right here. This is why I hike.
I know.
Because if I didn't hike, wow.
From doggy treats to human treats.
To human treats.
So let's do it. So we're going to be starting off by making the base of our jars, which starts with our cupcakes. So to make that, I need our wet ingredients here, which is some eggs, some oil, and some milk. And luckily, Snowflake has made it easy for us, so all we need is the milk.
It's the convenience for me. Just pop it out.
Awesome. That's it. So before I even go into that, let me just start whisking our wet ingredients. And then you can also do some work over there, darling.
Wow. You see, this is when people get awards, right? They don't do the things that they want. Just like, sous chef, you get to do it? Okay, so what am I doing for you?
All you need to do, darling, is just mix up our caramel and our whipped cream. The whole idea is just to get a nice thick consistency, because we're going to be layering it up, because that's the one thing I love about peppermint crisp tarts, you know? Those layers where you've got the crunchiness of the peppermint chocolate, and then you've got that caramel layer. And you've got, I know. At least you hike. At least you get to lose it all with the hiking. Now, my friend, I take one step forward and I take 10 steps back, but I can't help it. It's so delicious.
We don't trust skinny chefs. We don't trust skinny chefs. They need to have a bit of junk in their trunk, because otherwise I'm not eating any of your food.
Well, you said it, you said it. So into this beautiful mix, I'm going in with our Creations Snowflake cupcake mix. And all we do is, in essence, just going to fold it all together. I swap from our whisk because we don't want to activate the gluten. We just want to fold this mix in beautifully, you know.
Okay,
so
wait. Take it back a step. You don't want to whisk it because?
You don't want to activate the gluten. So the whole idea is you don't want to overwork the dough or the mixture or the batter. So now all we're doing is just folding it in nicely, a little at a time, to make sure that the dry ingredients and the wet ingredients incorporate, but don't overwork the, you know what I mean?
Got it.
Awesome.
Thank you for that hack over there. And I'm obviously whisking, right?
You are still whisking,
just
darling.
making sure.
In essence, what you can even do, because it's already whipped, and the whole idea is we're taking it into the fridge. It's going to set once it gets into the fridge. So you don't have to worry about any of that happening, any, like, the air on the cream, you know, the bubbles. We don't have to worry about that. All we're doing is we're just mixing it up. I think I'm done over here. Darling, can you believe that we've done this in less than 2 minutes? The batter is done.
She's the girl that you think she is.
She's
because
the girl.
It's done. It's done.
And I can start scooping this into our cupcake molds. And then we're going to start layering. I think once you've done with your mixture over there, you can start breaking up those cupcakes for us. And that's how they'll look once they're done. Because we're going chocolatey, we're going to be starting with the cake layer, which is these cupcakes that we're going to be baking at 180 degrees. We just bake them beautifully until
For how long would we bake it?
You know, the best part is that it's right here on the box, so I don't even have to stress about anything. You bake this at 180 degrees for 15 minutes.
15 minutes?
Simple, easy,
wow.
and
So we could do this literally on a Sunday afternoon after the hike.
Exactly.
Get this into the tum-tums. I think this looks beautiful.
It does. It does. You've done quite an amazing job.
Thank you. I've learned from the best.
And then I start with the layer. If you want to, you could just leave the cupcake as it is, just cut it in half or into some layers and put the base at the bottom. But I like the fun part of getting involved, getting our hands in there, you know. So I'm going to do the cake layer, you do the cream layer, and then we top it all off with our beautiful peppermint crisp on the top. And this is it, Jamie. I mean, imagine you and the little one in the kitchen doing all this on a Sunday. It's fun, it's easy, it's simple, and it's delicious.
Look at this. This is beautiful. I think, and you can get the kids involved as well. I'm sure they would love to lick the bowl, lick the spoons, lick everything, have those cupcakes.
The thing about getting them involved is that you probably won't even have any mixture left.
That is the truth as well. So maybe we leave them out of this with this one.
Because as it is, it's kryptonite for us, the adults. So imagine, like, there won't be anything baked. There won't be anything to enjoy.
Does your little one have a sweet tooth?
And I think I'm the one that's making it bad for him because I can't get over the sweet treats. They're just so delicious. They're just so nice, you know, and I'm trying to get him away from the sugar, but it's so munandi.
Yeah, hey. Oh, so we're leaving the crisp for last?
For the last, yes, because we want to have that beautiful... unless you want texture. Do you want texture, darling? Let's have some texture.
Let's have some texture.
Why
Let's
not?
play around with it. I mean, there are no rules to this. We can have... Maybe yours, we can leave without the texture.
We don't do like that. How? This girl, not leaving anything out.
To give them a bit of a variety.
If we're going in, we're going in.
We're going all in. You can go all in as well with the recipe and the full ingredients list, expressoshow.com. This can be a... I'm just looking at this right now, eh? Wait, let me do another layer. Sunday afternoon. You just woke up from that nap. And then the family's asking, what are we having for dessert? And then you just like, hey, look at this, everybody. I made it.
And it's perfect. As you said it, you do it the night before, set it in the fridge, comes out the following day, done, ready, simple, easy.
No, I want to do it in front of them so that they can actually see that I can do this. Because sometimes, my friend, they don't believe that I can cook. They don't.
True. They'll think it's store-bought, guys.
Exactly. I'm like, no, Chef Tumi told us.
She showed you. Well done, darling.
There we go.
That looks like a winning dish.
I just want to do this. Okay, I'm not going to do that. That's a winning dish right there.
That is a winning dish. All right, I'm just going to put the final touches to it. And that is our peppermint crisp tart ready to eat with that chocolate.
This is mine.
Jamie, come
there
on
we
now.
go. Okay, there we go.
Okay,
there we go.
There we go. You happy now?
Final product, peppermint jar tart. Don't know what we want to call it, but this is what we're calling it right now. Listen, everybody, you can create your own homemade happiness and stand the chance to win great prizes with Snowflake. You could be the lucky winner of a 2,500 Rand cash prize or a voucher to the value of 2,500 Rand. Now, all you have to do is simply purchase a Snowflake product to bake or a fresh batch of your favorite muffins, and remember to keep your till slip as proof of purchase. All you have to do is visit the Snowflake Facebook page and post a pic of your creation along with your Snowflake product on the competition post using the hashtag Snowflake Homemade. Now, the T's and C's do apply and can be found on our website, as well as the recipe and the ingredients list. That is expressoshow.com. You already tuck into it. No, I'm going to put mine in the fridge to see. Okay.
It's my feel-good breakfast show.
Welcome back. We are with Karissa Nafti and we are teaching our dogs how to do cool tricks. So we've got sit, box, tick, ta-da, we've done it, or whatever you want to call it, at ease, chill. You know, just be, look cool. Whatever you want to call it. Now we're going to progress with a beautiful pup who's also in a great mood, and I'm hoping is in just the right kind of mood to do something awesome. Sam.
Hi, Sam.
Sam makes himself at home every time he comes
but all the pups. And my pups did exactly the same thing. There's something about this carpet that they absolutely love. Hey, yes good boy. Okay, we want to expand our repertoire now, if you will. What's the next step? What's a good, cool trick to get onto? He's doing a trick now.
He's doing a trick. Roll on the carpet.
Yeah.
So
Well
a
done.
trick, there's, when you teach tricks to a dog, it's good to start with something really simple and really manageable, because it boosts the dog's confidence. I mean, no one's even listening to me. Look how cute this dog is.
I'm sorry, what were you saying? I'm just watching the dog living his best life.
I just drive him here. That's all I do.
Yeah, exactly.
So a really easy trick that almost any dog can do is to turn in a circle or chase your tail or spin yourself around.
Okay.
And young dogs can do it, older dogs can do it. So I'm going to show everybody how to teach that with Sam now.
Great.
Ready?
Ready,
He's
Sam.
ready. He's exercised.
Okay, so you're obviously going to use, so we learned about the mechanism that a dog will follow its nose.
Yes.
So you're going to use a similar mechanism to get the dog to get positively reinforced to move in a circle.
Exactly.
Great.
So with this, I've got a few treats in my hand. As you can tell, Sam's very excited about
And hasn't
the food.
eaten in a week.
He hasn't eaten in a week. No,
Yes.
just kidding. He has had his breakfast. He just loves he loves any treats that gets him excited. And what I'm going to do, I've got my treat on my hand on Sam's nose. And I'm just going to pull him around in a circle, okay? Now, let me do a little bit slower. Just in a circle, and I'm giving him the treat when his nose gets back at my knees. And with this trick, it's good to do it clockwise and counterclockwise. So now I'm going to go the other way, and I'm going to reward him when he's there. Now, if you lift your hand up too high, your dog will either sit or they'll jump.
Yep.
Okay, perfect.
Well
Yay.
done, Sam. That was part of the trick. Well
Did you train him that?
No, we're in sync, he and I, yeah. It's just, this is just what happens. If the treat's up, the dogs think you want them
That's
to jump.
what you want.
Okay.
So
They should be basically licking your hand. Your hand will get nice and gobby if you do this.
Great.
Turn in a circle, and you will notice something very interesting. That
Right.
your dog is either right-sided or left-sided.
Left-sided.
Like we are right-handed, left-handed. So there will be one direction that your dog is better at than the other. So
Sam
try-
is Zoolander, is what you're saying. You can only turn.
Yeah, I found out
Yeah.
with both my Boston
Yeah.
Terriers,
Yeah.
there was one of them that took longer to paw. And I realized that she was left-hand. Left-pawed.
There you go.
Please.
They really are, literally. Now, physically, it's good for them. It's almost like dog yoga to do both. So even if your dog has a dominant side, try to do both,
Yes.
but be more patient on their bad side
Okay,
because they will defer rather to the side they're comfortable with. So once your dog is going in a circle and they're not jumping and they seem easy about it, then you take the treat out of your hand.
Okay.
Okay, so now you've got empty hands. You're going to do the same action. Excellent. And then they get a treat after.
Good boy.
So part of what happens with treats is people don't know how to get rid of the treat. It's like, I got a treat, then we take the treat away, the dog doesn't listen.
Yes.
So you have to take the treats away step by step.
Step,
Okay.
okay.
Okay, so now I'm going to go the other way. I've got no treat,
Great
and
advice.
we're doing a spin around, and then he's getting a treat. Now, this is when you want to give it a name. At this stage, you want to associate a word with what it is you're doing. So I'm going to say spin, excellent, and then Sam gets a treat. So I've taught Sam when he turns left, it's spin, and when he turns right, it's twirl. So we're
Okay.
going to go twirl, excellent, and then he gets a treat. And you repeat, 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 and repeat in different areas. Okay, so not just in your kitchen.
Okay.
Do it at friends' houses, do it in the driveway, do it in
Okay.
different
Do it in
rooms, do it at different times.
So you're not
day.
connecting the environment with the actual trick as well, which is very, very good advice.
Exactly, yes. Good. Spin.
They're going to make those
Excellent.
associations.
Can I tell you, if my maths teacher rewarded me for every
With
equation
treats.
I got right, I would be a maths buff by now.
Yeah.
Completely.
You wouldn't be here on this show. You'd
Yeah,
be
wouldn't
teaching
be-
at
yeah, wouldn't
university
be-
or something.
yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Oh, boy.
The treats, look, the treats do a few things. The treats obviously reward the dog, but
Yes.
it clarifies for the dog what on earth they're doing. Because the truth is, we talk to our dogs all the time. We say, I love you. We say, you're such a good dog. But when you're teaching them a skill, you need something different to highlight the fact that they've done something important.
Okay.
So the treats are multifaceted and quite necessary for them to understand. And then as you take the treat away, you do it gradually. So maybe you do every second time you get a treat, or maybe you have to do 2 or 3 tricks before a treat. So you ease out of it.
I was going to ask you, behaviorally, will the dog now only respond to that type of prompt from you, or can somebody else
Any random.
prompt the dog?
That's a good question.
What if someone
as well?
just says, twirl, and then your dog's just going to start?
I think it really depends on the individual dogs and if they've been trained to respond to another person.
Okay.
Sam, being the dog that Sam is, I
Yes.
know him, he would get pretty confused if someone else asked him to do
Really?
something. But Bear, my other dog, will do it for anybody.
Let's
Bear's
find
like,
out.
I love everybody. Okay.
Hi, Sam. Are you ready? You ready for a twirl? Okay, almost there. Ready for a twirl? Okay, well, you can sit down.
Okay,
That's
you can
fine.
sit down. So try it with a treat. Try it
okay.
and keep it
now
low.
Get a treat.
Keep it low.
Keep it low, and then you're going to do a nice twirl. There we go.
You got short arm. You got it. You know, you got it. Yeah.
Wow, hey.
Twirl for me.
There you go.
There we go. Twirl for me. Yes.
Yes, well
Good
done.
boy.
You sit-
Thank you. So I
Awesome.
need a smaller dog. This is why I have Boston
You need a
Terriers.
little- yeah, exactly.
Because obviously the
Because of the
T-Rex arms doesn't go
Yes,
across.
yes,
It
yeah,
makes sense.
exactly.
That's fantastic.
Yeah.
Okay, so the first,
loves you, he loves you.
first obstacle, you've got shorter arms. We've
Yes.
found a way
Yeah, so
around that.
get longer arms.
Get
So
longer
what,
arms.
what if your dog just isn't getting it? What if they just don't get it?
Yeah, so if your dog doesn't get anything, whether it's sit or any other thing you're asking, don't ask for the whole trick all at once. So maybe reward them for going halfway around. You might be asking too much of your dog. Yeah, so if you think of, reward half of the trick and boost their confidence, and then reward 2/3 of the trick and boost their confidence up. Check everything out. Check the environment you're in. Is your dog distracted? Make sure your dog feels okay. So as always, if your dog's ever acting maybe not so funny, if their appetite's suddenly gone, go to the vet. First thing.
Karis, you're a superstar.
Thank
Sam,
you.
You're an absolute
Sam's a
legend.
superstar.
Yeah, no, he really is a superstar. All it takes is a little bit of patience, and you can teach your dog some awesome new tricks. And if you've mastered a few of those at home, share some photos or gorgeous, cute videos. We'd love to see them.
Okay. And it's time to elevate, and celebrate our spirits this morning. Our performer this morning, singer and songwriter Carl Jonah, he found his love for music in the church. And so it makes no sense why he wouldn't go back to the church by taking us back to his roots with his next performance as he sings the classic Jonathan Butler gospel song, We Need You, Lord. The stage is yours, Carl. Thank you.
We need you, Lord. We need you, Lord, right now. We need you, Lord. We need you, Lord, right now. We lift our hands and bow our knees and worship at your throne. We need you, Lord. We need you, Lord, right now. Lord, we need you. Lord, this country needs you. We need you, Lord. We need you, Lord, right now. We need you, Lord. We need you, Lord, right now. We lift our hands and bow our knees and worship
indeed. We lift your name up high. We worship and adore you. We need you, Lord, during these very tough and trying times. Thank you so much for sharing the word and for filling this entire space. And hopefully everybody's living rooms are out there with all of the love and the joy of worship, the worship of the Lord. What did you think of that? Hashtag Expresso Show. We'll see you in a bit.
It's my feel-good breakfast show.
It's your feel-good breakfast show, Expresso here in S3, and one of the most important people about, on the show is actually you and the way you respond. On the Expresso Facebook page, we asked you a question about, is there something like a dream you had when you were very, very young? And I would like to know what that dream is, but more importantly, has it come true?
Yeah.
So Jamie Lee, welcome to the couch.
Thank you so much.
Let's go. So what was the dream?
This is the dream right here.
Are you living the dream?
Every single day. Radio was also the dream as well, but
really?
we're still claiming that. We're manifesting that.
Working on it?
Working on it. But now I get to work alongside people that is dominating the radio space. But
So
let us hear what you have to say on our
Okay.
social media platforms. We have Sharon, who says, I wanted to be a nun, but got married and had 2 beautiful children. My parents went to a Catholic school and told stories of how good the nuns were. So there I got my aspirations. But life changes as you get older. Dreams change too.
Oh, that's actually very special. And don't worry, I'm sure you can still practice and have that enlightenment whenever you look after those amazing kids. We got Shimon or Shimone, forgive me, saying here, my dream is to be a TB artist. It has not come true due to education, but I'm still chasing my dream, and I believe it is going to come true. It will. I believe so.
We believe in you, Shimone. Malvin Moffat says, good morning, everyone. Good morning to you too. So let's get into Benzi's comment saying, good morning. My dream was to be a nurse when I was a child. Not yet. I still want to study and become one. Well, listen, we do believe in you. You can still reach all of your dreams. Look at us. Look at us now here,
Yes.
living out our dream every single day. But I know someone's dream was to be a good cook and be good in the kitchen, and now he's doing exactly that.
It is. A dream of mine is about to come true. Literally, I get to work alongside Chef Chumi, award-winning Chef Chumi. No, I'm going to I think I'm going to be living my dream life right now. We're about to whip up something special, or at least Chef Tumi is about to show us how to make the most delicious fruits of the forest strawberry biscuit squares. Crunchy, fruity, and really easy to whip up with just a few ingredients. This is cool.
My dream as a child was to always enjoy food.
Really?
And
that's what you
keep
do.
enjoying it.
Now you enjoy it even more because the food is so much better.
No, the
because
only
you get
problem
to
is
make
now I make it. Before I just wanted to enjoy it,
but now you get to make it any way you choose.
True.
And we get to do these really cool things. This is great. This is my vibe. I think from a texture perspective, this is going to be awesome.
Yes.
I love it when you've got that balance, you know, and this seems really, really cool. So what's going on?
What we have over here is we've got our fruits of the forest dairy snack. What we're going to do now is we're going to mix this into our mixture here with our pudding. This is instant pudding, but before we start that, I go in with my cream.
Okay.
So in essence, what we want is we want to have a nice, thick consistency, as you can see.
It's got a hold. It's got to be quite
sit,
firm.
correct.
Okay, cool.
So we're going to need to make it sit, and then we're going to flavor it beautifully with the strawberry flavor here. We've got a mixed cereal. We've got the strawberry and cranberry flavor. They've got a couple of different flavors, so you can match it with whatever other flavor you'd like.
For sure. This is just a jumping off point. You can go crazy. You could go lemon meringue. You could do whatever.
Exactly, you're correct. So all I'm going to do is whisk this up. I think because the one thing you did also want to do growing up was to enjoy puzzles.
Yeah.
Am I joking, am I right? I'm not?
No, I used to love it. I used to get great, fulfillment.
You've got a puzzle over there. We need you to lay the foundation for our beautiful pudding squares that we've got over here.
What if the biscuits don't match? So I'm guessing I'm going to put the bottom ones upside down.
Yeah.
And then the top ones will be... That I'm surmising myself.
That's all your creativity now. You've just gone and taken
Thanks for giving me a square and square-shaped biscuits. I don't actually know how I would have managed this with round biscuits, but that's worked out quite well.
It has, and that is awesome. And so all we're going to do now is I'm going to spoon in the rest of our mixture here because you're going to put another top layer for us. These, in essence, would be like strawberry s'mores. It's just that they don't have to be
Yeah, for
baked
sure. Just with a bit more fruitiness and deliciousness.
And look at that, Graham. I mean, we've got children, but one thing you don't want is to be spending too much time in the kitchen.
100%.
You do this for them, you
do
keep
it with
quiet.
them. Do it with them. Don't take a deep breath. I've got two in between the ages. At least my 4-year-old will get into this and he'll do it. And then the 1-year-old will just destroy the kitchen. And
Mine is 4 going on 16.
Oh, you see.
The arguments we have in the morning are not the kind of... it's not the kind where you spend time in the kitchen. Please.
But this is ideal. There's lots of spoon licking, bowl licking going on here because it's so delicious.
Best way to keep him quiet, right?
Yeah, completely.
And you've got the nutrients that you get from the fruits in the forest, so it's a guilty pleasure, you know?
I think I've been sabotaged by only having not enough biscuits. Did I do the puzzle wrong?
No, you didn't.
I thought this was like a game of Tetris and I failed. Obviously, you close it all up and you want then the top side of the biscuit on top. And like you said, it's kind of like a s'more, but just with a little added creaminess, a little added fruitiness thanks to our fruits of the forest. This is absolutely beautiful.
Do you want to try one?
I would love to try one.
Please go ahead.
I'm going to try one. I am going to try one right now. You can find this recipe on expressoshow.com. I love it. We've served it with some beautiful fresh berries there as well.
My mouth is watering just watching you eat that, actually.
Oh, that is beautiful. Again, it's the texture. It's the fact that you've got that kind of the crunch, but it's soft and it's fruity and it's creamy. It's luxurious. This is delicious. I think the major danger here, the warning that this must come with, is that you will eat like 9. So make a lot, certainly more than 3, and make it with your kids. It's a lot of fun. So you can find this recipe on expressoshow.com. I'm just going to give it another, just for quality control, another taste.
Fruits of the forest from Clover just added real cereal crunch. A symphony of fruit, oats, seeds, and granola crunch. Fruits of the forest. Real fruit, real cereal, real taste.
Made with love by Clover.
Are you Mzansi's next cooking star? If your cooking makes the pots born, enter to be on SABC2's new show, Color Your Plate with Koo. To be part of the show, buy any 3 Koo products and send Koo 5 a day to 072-741-5357 on WhatsApp and follow the steps to load a picture of your colorful meal with your own twist. Stand to win your share of 500,000 rands worth of prizes with Koo. Koo uzogcwala.
It's my feel-good breakfast show.
Welcome back to Feel Good Breakfast Show. This is Expresso on S3, and we've got a final performance by this guy. He is so incredible. Now, the true mark of an incredible guy is somebody who dresses in a certain way, and as you can see, the choice of clothing will tell you all you need to know about this talent by the name of Kyle Jonah. You've been wonderful today, and I can tell you that it's going to be sealed off with a bang. Okay, so headed your way on your Feel Good Breakfast Show is a track, a rendition of a song back in 1967. There's a guy called Frankie Valli, and he sang the song called Can't Take My Eyes Off of You, and this is done in a more Lauryn Hill style. So stand by for a man who dresses so well, he looks like me. It's Kyle Jonah.
Just too good to be true. Can't take my eyes off of you. You be like heaven to touch. I wanna hold you so much. And long lost love has arrived, and I thank God I'm alive. You're just too good to be true. Can't take my eyes off of you. Pardon the way that I stare. There's nothing else to compare. The sight of you makes me weak. There are no words left to speak. And if you feel how I feel, let me know that it's real. You're just too good to be true. Can't take my eyes off of you. I love you, baby. And if it's quite alright, I need you, baby, to warm the lonely nights. I love you, baby. Trust in me when I say okay. Oh, pretty baby, don't let me down, I pray. Oh, pretty baby, now that I found you, stay and let me love you. Let me love you if that's okay. See, you're just too good to be true. I can't take my eyes off of you. You be like heaven to touch. I wanna hold you so much. And long lost love has arrived, and I thank God I'm alive. You're just too good to be true. I can't take my eyes off of you. No, I love you, baby. And if it's quite I need you, baby, to warm the lonely nights. I love you, baby. Trust in me when I say okay. Oh, pretty baby, don't let me down, I pray. Oh, pretty baby, now that I found you, stay and let me love you. Let me love you if that's okay. I love you, baby. I hope it's quite alright that I need you, baby, to warm the lonely nights. I love you, baby. Trust in me when I say okay. I love you, baby. Oh, 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 oh. I love you.
I drifted off there. I was in a different place.
Man.
The sun was shining, it was warm, it was amazing.
It was actually the clothes for me.
Clearly we're on the same vibration, man. That was absolutely beautiful. Please, both of you, stand up. Take a bow, you legends.
Well done.
For elevating.
Take a bow.
There we go.
Beautiful stuff, Carl Jono. Absolutely magic. So thank you so much for joining us. Tomorrow we go to England.
Yes.
Tomorrow we're going to explore. One half of my family is a beautiful Geordie and our Geordie kids, so I can't wait for that exploration. Join us for that. But don't ever forget how much we love you. We'll see you to do it all over again tomorrow. Adios, muchachos.
Say it with steaming hot breakfasts, soul food Sundays, and slow-cooked dinners that will warm any winter. Made with love by Clover.
Another feel-good production.